want is right here. We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year. Shoot 'em my shot, boy, I'm long range. Me and the team on the same thing. Stayed down, never switched up. Only thing changed was the game. I'm in the zone now. Nothing can change what we on now. When I pull up, know it's going down. Foot on the gas, ain't no slowing down. Aiming for greatness, no settling. Kick down the doors, they won't let me in. Taking no L's, yeah, I gotta win. Watch me kick down the doors, they won't let me in. Who running the game now? Foot on the gas, can slow down. No, my team, we holding it down. We know we running it now. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change, yeah. Tell them that's like, yeah, it's love it. I'm taking a shot for my enemies. I can't waste no more time on my energy. I know they know I got it on lock. Go against me, that's a long shot. Cause I'm counting wins all around the clock. Never doubt me, boy, I don't stop. Who do you feel when they make you the monster? I am not scared of none of you imposters. Taking the lead now while they watching. Think you should leave now while the option. Taking no L's, yeah, I gotta win. Watch me kick down the doors, they won't let me in. Who running the game now? Foot on the gas, can slow down, no. My team, we holding it down. We know we running it now. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change, yeah.
Got a 80 dB ringer, drive a bone white stinger. You mad, baby, simmer, I'm not a gunslinger. Dial up, but I'm dialing down. Hope you a lottery winner, cause I rile up and smile down, wrapped around my finger. I'm 5G, high speed, your track buffering, lagging. I'm the flagship model, you still speaking Latin. Gonna double up, call me Dr. Manhattan. Pull your pants up, this ain't how to train your dragon. On the naughty list, straight to voicemail, hell. Gonna judge it like I'm trapped, can you hear the bell? So you better not cry and you better not pout. I called in and you called out. Call me baby if you wanna reach me. Check the reception, give you speech therapy. Call me ring me, you'll scream agreed. Got no connection, DMs got you deleted. No bars, don't got bars. I'm rotary, ain't in a hurry. I'm a hot spot, you get a cold call. I'm a hot shot. Hang up on them all. Your phone ringing, who dis? Don't cry to me. Don't talk to me. Don't draw on me. Don't pull up to me. Don't reply to me. Don't slide on me. You're a blocked ID. Screen crack, talk smack. What you on? Vibrate. Send a text. Leave them red. Gotta hydrate. Bluetooth connected. Cha-ching. The money machine. You out of minutes. Wipe the blood of the screen. On the naughty list. Straight to voicemail. Hell. Gonna judge it like I'm trained. Can you hear them bell? You better not pout. I called in and you called out. Call me baby if you wanna reach me. Check the reception, give you speech therapy. Call me ring me, you'll scream I greet it. Got no connection, DMs got you deleted. No bars, don't got bars. I'm rotary, ain't in a hurry. I'm a hot spot, you get a cold call. I'm a hot shot. Hang up on them all. Stop calling, you don't gotta think anymore. I left your head and your heart on the killing floor. I'm balling red, but ain't a grip anymore. I'm taking the final call, can I win a rack on tour? Hi, thanks for calling, did I make your day? Rate your experience with what do you say? Fill out the survey, fill out the poll. 1 star for the body, 5 stars for the soul. Judgment, I'll give it, phone bills a hellhole. Gonna leave you off the hook, dead. Swinging telephone. Call me, beat me if you wanna reach me. Check the reception, give you speech therapy. Call me, ring me, you'll scream my greeting. Got no connection, DMs got you deleting. No bars, don't got bars. I'm rotary, ain't in a hurry. gang up on them all. Skirt, skirt, lip gloss.
No, we're gonna cut it off there.
Red heels in the dash, tongue ring flash.
Alright, we're not gonna do a slow outro, sorry. Alrighty. Oh, we're gonna see if this works. We're gonna see if this works. It's not gonna go to React. Will it go to... I think I have to do this. Yeah, the TV gimmick's back. Oh boy, that's the TV gimmick lives on. It's still going. Let's get it up a little bit bigger. Alrighty. I want to do like a fisheye lens, but I have to install some stuff to do it. So I can't really get a fisheye lens. You know, we're going to zoom in actually pretty close because we can. And I'll be reading the tweets, but, you know, it'll still be better just to see some of them. So for the past couple of days, I've been looking into these, not just allegations, but the accounts that are like pushing these Miku allegations. Let me go back and explain for a little bit before I read the ultimate mega thread. Do not harass anyone in the thing, yada, 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 yada. So basically the largest Miku fan account ever, oh, my levels are peaking a bit. I'm gonna turn that down. 1 second, let me give you a quick check. Let's do the beginner streamer stuff and like check the audio. So basically the largest, all right, yeah, I'm coming through pretty clear. So on Twitter, I didn't know, or I knew people made parody accounts on Twitter. I did not know that you could like brand yourself a parody account, and that's all you're doing. That's all you are, is a parody account. But it's really weird when these parody accounts that are pretending to be someone or acting like someone or posting about, you know, the fandom that the character is from, just come out with like abuse allegations out of nowhere. So the world's biggest Miku, I can't remember how much at the time. I think it was a significant number of followers, Miku fan account. These allegations started, it seems like end of December, pushing towards January, maybe a little bit. At the beginning of January is where it really kicked off. And it got a lot of traction. And by traction, a lot of traction, I don't mean like an insane amount. I mean, I think there's 1 to 2 other videos, 3 other videos. Not a lot of stuff here on YouTube about it. We're gonna go over one of the videos that covered this. And so I guess first we're gonna let's just go through the thing. Let's just go through. I know I have a lot of tabs. I know there's a bunch of tabs, but it's on purpose. It's on purpose. Each of these is one of these people that's been pushing this account or pushing these allegations. Right off the bat, I'm not saying this didn't happen. I'm saying there's some interesting things about it. I'm definitely like, the story is probable, you know, believe all victims kind of deal, until it, you know, the story has a little bit of holes in it. I mean, you can critique and you can poke holes and whatever you want without it. Can I zoom in on the thingy here? Oh, I'm clicking the wrong button. That's why. So out of nowhere, January 1st, this parody account, The Greatest Diva, another Miku fan account. I don't know which Vocaloid. I don't know anything about Vocaloids. Okay, I'm gonna just start with that. I have nothing about Vocaloids. All right, I know Hatsune Miku, and I know Hatsune Miku. That's about it. So if there's names or characters of this stuff, I'm going to mess it up. So right away, The Greatest Diva starts with a call out to Hatsune Miku. Connor Miller, known as Femto, or he who runs the Miku fan account, has beaten and abused his ex-girlfriend. He took control of the account as a way to mess with her even more. He is now taking action against us all. A compilation of everything. The account is down, so I can't really see how it was messing with her besides what we're going to see here. Dating back to 2024, read carefully. Atsuni Miku, Ho, Angel did not survive wage. We'll look into them. Ho, is this you? He's Femto. Aren't you an abuser and a cheater and a creep? I don't think there's anything bad besides like slurs in here, which, yeah, I'm not going to read. I can't zoom in to this. Is there a way? I don't know. So I'm just going to get in real close and read it. Clearly, you must be hanging around all the new N-words. You got new colors and shit. I ordered it from dolls. I can't even read it, dude. How are people supposed to read this on Twitter? How are people supposed to read this? Edit image? No, I want to zoom into image, dude. I'm fucking feeling so old right now, dude. Share. Oh, I guess I could download. Open an image, a new tab. There we go. I figured it out. I ordered it from Dolls Kill ? Literally a few weeks ago when I first got paid. I can show you a screenshot. I don't know why I'm afraid immediately to Nazi Germany of the order. Why can't you just find another Tomo and leave me be? Is that really all that you want? All right, next one. Again, I swear, I'm going to have the biggest meltdown I've had all year. Holy Femto, ? This person, Angel Diva, I'm not sure. Fucking shit. You cheated on me and you're not even sorry. And now I can't even... Femto, I am sorry. Are you? Did you not feel bad lying to me so hard? Lying so hard. At all? ? Femto. It doesn't matter if I even am. Yes, it fucking does. So clearly there's a breakup. They're fighting. Nothing mentioned about abuse so far. Interesting. Or whatever happens, I'll answer anything. And here it comes. I love that you think that this is for attention. Absolutely love it. I just want you to know that it's not your fault. It's mine. So if you feel... Oh, shit, that was weird. So if you ever feel regret or anything, just know that I am how you feel. Or just know I know how you feel, and it's okay. This other person? Perfect. Great. So question number 1. Why am I the only person you'll admit to that you beat me? Like, why can't you admit it to literally anyone else? Why would he, if he is an abuser, why would he tell anyone else about it? For one, which, you know, makes me kind of lean more on the allegations a little bit that it is true, because he didn't tell anyone else. Why would he? Femto, I didn't want people to look at me crazy. Sorry, I was being selfish. Is a crazy thing to say. I beat. I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm laughing at the phrasing and how they're talking. I was being selfish. I don't understand what's the selfish thing, that beating you is for me only, or that my brain just fucking completely blew up, or that he's being selfish by not telling people. I don't understand that part, but let's not get hung up on that. I say to myself as I got hung up on it. Feel free to screenshot this and tweet it out. But it was okay for everyone to think I was crazy, the other person says. I'm sorry for putting my hands on you. Well, that's a pretty clear admission right there. Posts are protected. And the account goes down. And let's open this one. It's a notes apology, all the classic. I am tired of defending and sticking up for you. For the past few months, Colin Millers has been physically and mentally abusing me. I made a mistake. I am not perfect, and it hurt Connor and damaged our trust. I feel like if this is all coming out, I don't know why you wouldn't say what the mistake was, but that's not really a super detailed point. When this whole situation happened a few months ago, Connor called me crying, screaming, telling me he was going to kill himself. I freaked out, and he told me he was going to come over and say goodbye. When he got to my house, he pushed past me, locked me out of the room, so I had to break the lock. And when I entered the room, he was trying to take back things that he had given me as gifts. I panicked, asking him to stop, and tried to grab my things, so he pushed me against the wall and threw a glass of water at my face and punched me in the chest. I did not call the police. Fast forward, we got back together. I know it's a notes app apology. I don't know why you wouldn't write this out more. It's not clear the ages of these people, but this seems very, I don't know. It seems very like they're young, I would have to say. Fast forward, and there's a light flickering somewhere. Oh, it's the new microphone. The new microphone's yelling at me. But throwing a glass of water in my face, then punch me in the chest, like, did the glass break? Did he just throw the water? Fast forward, and we got back together, and he started making me feel horrible every night. I mean, he already beat you, so, like, I don't know what to tell you, but, I mean, yeah, if it feels like, if it feels like young love or just, started early relationship. I don't think we even know the genders of the people. Not that it really matters, but it's so nebulous. It was so bad that for weeks every night I was having horrible panic attacks and trying to kill myself. Every night is crazy. Every night is crazy. Jesus Christ. Fast forward more. Connor walks down the stairs fuming at me. I ask him what's wrong, and he proceeded to throw a cup of water in my face again. Dude, I can't. How can I not laugh at that? Again, slightly strangle me, throw my watch on the ground, and told me we were breaking up. God, you don't say. The next day, I tried to go upstairs. So I'm curious as to why they decided to post this as a notes app. We're going to find out. So the person who's pushing these allegations is not the person who was abused. They are not the person that was abused. They were a friend of the person that was abused. So I assume the victim in this case sent this to their friend, but it seems like this is supposed to be a public statement, so I don't know if they have a public-facing account or not. But this is written like it's supposed to be read for the public. And I know other people have gone over these tweets. I'm just doing it for clarity's sake before we get into the other stuff. The next day, I tried to go upstairs to speak to him and talk things out. I wonder what you end up saying. I wonder what you could say in that situation. When I entered his room, he yelled at me and shoved me out as hard as he could and bruised my arm by hitting it with a shoe. At this point, I was told I had 1 to 2 days to move out. But I thought he came over to your place to take the stuff back. Isn't this your place? Isn't this the victim's place? But this suddenly turned into 15 minutes as Connor began texting me, threatening me, telling me, there's no grammar here, he was going to break all of my things if they weren't moved out in that time limit, telling me to kill myself, etc. I was scared and at my breaking point, so I told him if he did so, I was going to call the police. He did indeed lock himself in my room and proceed to start breaking my things, so I called the cops. They took pictures of the bruise on my arm and neck of my watch, and my neck and my watch, and asked I wanted to press charges, to which I said no. I just wanted to move my things out and drive to Oklahoma to go be with my family. I stopped to get gas and called Connor to ask him to come and meet me and told him I declined pressing charges against him. I got into his, okay, wait, now we're missing, the scene has completely changed. What is happening? I've completely lost the plot. I have no idea where we are. I declined pressing charges against him. I got into his car. So I guess after he got there, and my behavior in this situation was not, oh, sorry, bumped the mic, was not okay at all. I mean, your behavior here is not really the problem. It's how this is being broadcast on the internet and how these are being pushed. That's the problem. To report to the police, I was saying this was out of anger, which is still isn't okay, and I do regret it. I mean, I guess, you know, it's good on you for knowing that you made a mistake, but it doesn't justify what he did. To which Connor lost his shit and immediately started driving hysterically and punching me in the face, scratching me. This is the part that is the most unbelievable. I have no idea how you're driving erratically and punching someone. And out of more, scratching me, grabbing my fingers and punching them. So grabbing, do you understand how like, if this is a public facing statement that's supposed to come out and blow this guy up, like basically blow this guy's account up, I don't understand why you wouldn't sit down and work on it a little bit more. I mean, if your goal isn't to blow him up and to just put it out, I don't understand why it's in this form, okay? I do not understand why it's Notes app. I do not understand why it was sent to the friend. I do not understand why the friend is the one that had to post this. I don't understand any of this. I'm trying to break them, breaking my glasses and hitting my head, all while I cried and screamed and begged him to stop. I did not call the police again. Okay, I'm not laughing at the situation. It's just the phrasing and how the sentences flow together. Did not call the police and we stayed together. A few weeks ago, Connor and I got into an argument and it both ended with him strangling me with both his hands this time and putting all his weight on top of me so I couldn't move or fight him off. I am not a perfect person, but you are an awful, awful human being. So it changes the target to like it's supposed to be for him. So is this for him? Is it? And you gotta charge your phone. Phone's kind of dying. Okay, so this is the initial post. But again, this is so the person pushing this is the greatest diva is reposting something this other person posted in September in 2024 that is just, hey, is this you? So it's a repost of a repost. The caller from December 2025. Read this carefully and completely. Okay, I will. I will read this carefully and completely. Here is a different person. Okay. Fatma, I know I'm not going to try to attempt to say that word. The original Deer Walker. Connor Miller, aka. Do we need music? Do we want? I feel like it's a little quiet.
Hello, are you absolutely?
No, I want the Carl Drops music. What is the Carl Drops music? Music. Carl Drops uses. No, he's not using Grand Theft Auto. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, fucking fine. What? Intense ambient music. Copy. All right, free. Wow, it's already at the top one. Nobody's watching, but you know, how am I doing tonight? I'm doing pretty good. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the night. Okay, this is not what I wanted. That's not cinematic tension. Okay, this is good. This is good. This is good. Let's turn this down a bit. Connor Miller, aka Femto, the fucking loser who beat, and I'm gonna turn this down a little bit more. It's still a little loud. Still a little loud. Turn it way down. Let's get really quiet. Oh, you know what? Let's turn it up, and I'm gonna turn down in my ears so I hear the same volume. Okay. We've got it. You know, let me double check. Okay. Yeah, it's like almost barely unhearable, so I think that's good. The fucking loser who beat and abused his girlfriend in multiple different wants and even threatened to off himself on a call with her, thanks to at Cosmic Sip. Oh, that's someone I have not pulled up the account of. Looks like they're gone. This is all public and is in no way doxing, which I don't condone. This is the story. That is a crazy way to start that. Okay. I don't take a lot of selfies. Selfie of him with a Charizard hat. Yeah, this guy, I'm not going to comment on appearance, but just his eyes kind of look dangerous. I'm not going to lie. I don't even know what's happening here. I have no idea what the fuck is happening here. Oh, he's on call. Oh, is this him threatening to kill himself? Is that what this is? Oh, my mic's speaking. Well, that just seems really strange to me. That seems like a very, very empty threat. That's insane. Is he just going to like drop his legs? And how is wait, he said this is all public. How is this public? This is a private call between two people. Wait a minute. I mean, it's not doxing. I mean, he had a public picture of his face, but Femto, I am a criminal. I am nothing more than a criminal. I have brought nothing but pain to everyone around me. There's a lot you guys don't know. Just know that I am at peace. Screenshot that. Can we have any little bit of context to anything of this right now? Instead of just screenshot after screenshot after screenshot. This is crazy. I don't know how you're supposed to take this and actually get a story out of it. Because where does this fit in with the original story? So see, there's no coordination between like the posts, but when they post and what they do post, there is some coordination between. I came into Fatma DMs time and time again to harass and blatantly threaten them, and all the people calling him out with false reports, which is also against the TOS. So he came into this person, Fatma Jigas, calling him out after he said, so this screenshot, I am a criminal, screenshot that I am at peace. Why is he fighting them now? Continue to harass me over and over again. It's literally going to end up getting you banned. Do you realize that? I don't even know. It's not even me trying to threaten you. I don't even get your account locked. Targeted harass is against TOS, and the person who is a horrible racist to them in the past. I feel like when we're staging things like beating your girlfriend is the allegations we should hinge on. Like that is criminal, and putting racist in there just feels like, again, we're just adding to the pile. Let's add whatever we can. Let's just put, I'm not saying he's not a racist. He might be a racist, but this seems like a not a gotcha. What is the word am I looking for? And it doesn't seem like a gay op. It seems strange, like everyone coming out of the woodwork. Our voice in the past, they can't show a screenshot because they are lying. Just like everyone, just like you guys have shown like 1 or 2 screenshots with nothing else around it. You and everyone else need to realize I will block anyone off this account until it has 0 followers before I ever get rid of it, or let random people lying about me on the internet force me to talk about my personal life, which has no relevance. Okay, that sounds like he did do something really bad. That sounds like, besides the admissions that, you know, might be clipped out of context, we don't know what he's talking about there. This reads pretty bad. Or to stop posting. Feel free to tweet this. He did stop posting. The account got deleted, or he closed it. Feel free to tweet this one like the rest. So see, they're retweeting the other accounts that are against this person, the Miku account. They're retweeting each other a lot, and this person is saying go ahead and tweet this several times. Tweet this, screenshot this, tweet this, which is it's strange. It feels very strange to me. If you want to keep claiming, so like the rest, yeah, you mean like the rest that you said they could screenshot or tweet. If you want to keep claiming untrue things like this person, which person? Like, I get you guys get the most engagement when you incite harassment against my page, but it's also against the TOS. They're not getting that much crazy engagement. I'm going to be real. Sound of Future account suspended. Virtual Wild account suspended. So I guess they're saying he is getting accounts suspended by posting them. We don't know that for a fact. Suspending both Sound of Future and Virtual Island for their harmless call out. Their harmless call out was like, this is not doxing, posting a face, posting private image between him trying to kill himself, I guess, supposedly is what's happening there. And relative small follower account that weren't harassing anyone, they were harmless. Keep that in mind, please keep that in mind. Overall, he's not the best person in this app, and he beats his girlfriend, he's racist. Overall, he's not the best person. You know, he's not super good. He's not great. At this point, I'm not critiquing the person who was abused or the abuser. Kind of the abuser. I'm critiquing this person who is hinging a lot of their, like a bunch, on these allegations. He asked himself for, and he's gotten away with so much in such a long time. He has masked himself for so long. This threat is not meant to harm or harass, only to call out. I cannot stress this enough, since there's so much action going on. You guys are going, ho, dis you. You guys were like, something especially has to be done. Spread this threat around and let everyone know. Most especially more popular people. Interesting. I mean, the account got cooked without super popular people getting the head of it. So you think they got what they want, but I don't know. It's very interesting. Maybe the engagement farming thing is, at least with these multiple posts, like maybe it's a little bit that have barely any evidence in them. It's our only chance of getting him accountable for his actions at this point. You're a psycho. I'm already gonna come out and claim that you're fucking, this counts as psycho. Because he's not the best person. We have to get the account banned, and that will get him accountable for his actions. Not jail time, not nothing else. He will be accountable when he can't use the Twitter account, and will get on another Twitter account. This isn't just just in parody anymore. I need you to help me, all of you. This isn't just in parody anymore. I assume that means in the parody fandom, or I guess the parody community. I need all of you. We already read that. However, I feel as though I'm the next target of a false claim. Never happened. If I ever get suspended with no chance of appeal, please follow DivaCL and CryptoCL instead. I can't stress this enough, how much better of a Miku parody they are. So is this about getting justice is this about the victim at all? Or is this about My account is better. We're gonna open both of these because I don't think I opened these. This, in the end, keep going on without me. It never ends with me. It ends with we bring justice, respectively. Fuck you, Connor, and down with the fake Miku. I think there is more. I think this is going. Okay, we're going to try to be. Instead of telling me to stop, how about you tell everyone in here that? Everyone in here, as in Twitter, address your faults and prove that this is false instead of push, and that it's false instead of pushing. It's all in public. We're all telling you about your public faults. When was your personal life dragged in? Okay, so this is the reach out to you. Hey, I just wanted to reach out to you and let you know that I'm not the one who got this one suspended. They're inciting harassment against me, which is against the Twitter rules. See your tweets. All of this stuff that whatever they were doing to harass them is kind of gone. It's kind of like there's the posts in this thread, but that's about it. We kind of missed the boat with this one. Whatever happened in this throwdown, 100% happened in the in 2025 or 2024. I didn't threaten them. It's in their DMs. I tried to warn them to stop. The reason my account is fine is because I'm doing nothing wrong. I'm allowed to run this page. I don't know what happened to the claim of them, like he took the account over. I have zero explanation to my life of random people. I mean, if you... I don't know. I don't know what these people are going for with this guy. I don't know who they're targeting. I mean, I don't know what the end goal is. And if their end goal is to get him banned off Twitter, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. The reason they were banned has not been suspended for recent harassment is because I'm the rightful owner of this page and have been for years now. You're blatantly posting misinformation, incite and hate against someone you don't know. Read the TOS. Please have a good day. All you do is block, no warn. How is this a warning? Why do you care if he blocked someone? Why do you fucking care at all? You have your platform to speak. Isn't that what posting is? Yet you block everyone that speaks of this public issue. So who cares? They still speak in the public and people can see it. You're not shutting them down. I feel like getting their account suspended is the worst thing. That's way worse. That actually does silence them if they lose their followers. But blocking people is insane. This is not inciting harassment, no personal information. Your Snapchat and Discord are public info. That line, your Snapchat and Discord are public info, is crazy time. I am not here to harass nor harm anyone or you. I made this thread to call you out and make you address these public. I can't remember where we heard it, but somewhere this is the friend of the person who was abused. Oh, maybe it was at the beginning. It was the Connor doing anything but admitting he's full of shit. I am the one who got them suspended. Lie. Straight up a lie. Also, what warning? I didn't get call out. So are they talking about suspending or blocking? That son of a bitch makes me so angry. January 1st. Oh, we understand, abuser. So now we're getting into the people going around it. So now let's look at these other accounts. Ooh. Wow. Isn't that interesting? That the account he said, I'm next. Follow these accounts instead. Those are the ones that got suspended? Oh, this one's going. I'm not going to scroll down very far in these because you never fucking know. And they're back to 12 hours ago, posting Miku content and being silly. Wait, not affiliated with Krypton Sega. Wait. This other account was the Krypton. But you linked to both same accounts. Don't you own the accounts? Ran by Flowers. Oh. Google Drive. I'm not clicking any of this. Now let's go through some of the people that are pushing this. Wait, did I just open this up like 40 fucking times? For falsely suspended, did nothing wrong. Threatened people with false reports, which would most likely be action taken against the account. Let's open this one. Oh, this is a June 2016. So I'm postulating that I feel like a lot of these accounts might be run by the same person, even though they're acting like they're different. There's some interesting things. This is the, I think, just the full, again, Satsune Miku. Falsely stalking me for likes on RTS. She heard lesbian, JRPG fan, big funny, grapplers, a lot of love life. I'm scared. I don't want to scroll down. I don't want to scroll down. I don't want to scroll down. I don't want to do it. Anyone aligned with MAGA is hateful views and will be blocked. Impeach Trump now. Are these? Oh no, these are not Vocaloid accounts. Never mind. Damn, I had it open. There was one where they were literally saying the same post twice. Oh shit, no. Scrolling Twitter is so dangerous. But now I guess they got what they wanted. They got the guy gone. But now we don't know anything more about the abuser. We don't know who the person was that was abused. We don't. This is kind of like a shadow battle that's just been happening. I feel like we know barely anything of it, and yet people are taking very strong stances. These other people, I don't know how they know this guy. I don't know what he's done because the account's gotten rid of, so we can't see any of that. So this is just like a lost to time fucking thing. Oh god, no. Should be illegal to use AI in general. I feel like pedololi. Oh, DNI. Okay, I was like, oh my god, no. Fuck. All right, now it's time to watch the one video that's been done by this person. I only watched a little bit, watched up to 3 minutes, and was like, all right, I need to comment on this.
I did check it.
Oh, I did look and watch some of this person's videos, and they put a lot of themselves on the internet. And by that, I mean, I don't mean anything bad. I mean, they put a lot of very personal information in their videos. And they're saying they're a commentary channel, and I feel like they're playing a very dangerous game. So if you somehow watch this, Jade Adelaide, if that is your real name, if you're definitely going to be in this space and do some of the things that you do in this video and continue to do it and maybe target someone else or someone who has a big fandom, you're going to be in very big trouble. I'm not saying that as a threat, because I can't do anything. I have 0 viewers right now. I literally can do nothing. But I'm just saying, I've seen time and time again that it goes poorly when you put a lot of your own information on the internet. So we're gonna watch this. She self-identifies as like a BPD girly. We're gonna switch screens though, so it's not. So I can play the game. Okie dokie. Oh shit. She's still filtered. Oh no. Oh no. How do I get the fucking thing off? Oh my god. Okay, I guess you just have to be very wide. Okay. I'm gonna switch over to my pause control so I can do that. Oh, it didn't work.
I drank all of them, but I do have a
Oh.
little. I do have a little like Rubicon lychee drink.
Okay.
That was awful. I'm very sorry. It's not a great start for me. I feel like I don't need to get into how
Don't
much
we
I
all have that
love
problem?
Destiny Miku. Wait.
Oh my god, the game is
there?
super fucking laggy.
I got into
Everything's
Vocaloid when
super
I was,
fucking
like,
laggy.
I want to say 11, and I was obsessed with watching the like Miku Expo videos on YouTube. I think like 2016. was my most viewed, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, I also have, I'm so bad at, up there. Oh, right there. There is a CD, an Utsupi CD that I got brought back for me from Japan when I was 12 or 13 from a family friend. I also have a random advertisement, like a cardboard advertisement that was in a shop in Japan that just said Hatsune Miku Vocaloid, and the family friend was like, that one, can I get that? And I own it. No, somewhere in my closet. Point being, I love Miku. That's that. That's what I'm gonna say.
Okay, all I know is Miku, so
further, and little warning, major trigger warning as usual for today. Once again, nothing
as
graphically
usual
in detail, but there will be themes of stalking, harassment, domestic abuse, violence. So if you feel like anything mentioned there will affect.
Okay, wait, where's the
health, or
stalking?
you're not in the right headspace to hear that, please don't watch this video. I will leave some resources in the description if you have been affected by anything mentioned today. But yeah, just take care of yourself. This is a hard one as usual, and it's a lot, and I feel like I need to talk about it because it's still ongoing, and nothing's really been done.
It's not going.
Seeing it on Twitter, I've saw nothing. Yeah, a lot of people on Twitter
It's not
are trying
going.
to spread the
We're
word
going to
so many
share
people
the
know,
screen
and I need to
instead.
help with that. But I'm just using my boyfriend's phone to go through a Twitter thread because everything's pretty much collated here. I did have to go on like a Twitter thread.
I think it's just gonna be laggy. My PC is just
in the UK. I don't know why, but it just says this post from has been withheld in the United Kingdom based on local laws. So I don't really.
Carefully and completely. So this is
because I do have to go to different resources.
yes.
We're just gonna go through this thread because
Does the okay? The master pause works out there. So she's kind of starting halfway in the thread, which is interesting. She's actually kind of there in the beginning of the post. I forget where it was, but she did post a tweet very early on. Like, when did this video come out? Let me see. 2 weeks ago, Jan 4th. She's posted a tweet on Jan 1st that she was going to be covering it.
My feed, and
this is interesting.
I could be completely making this up, but I feel like I remember hearing about this like a year ago, very briefly, and then no one ever really spoke about it again. But I think people now are just trying to like really push for it because it's been going on for a while, and it's still happening.
I wish we could see some of that harassment, please. I wish we could see if this is if this is a long-term going thing. I wish we could see a little bit more of the harassment, or maybe some people could share some DMs of with this person. There was a lot of posts in Discord. There's the post of him being a racist. Is there any of that? She censored the names, so they did dox him. They're fucking liars. What fucking Weasley little liars? Wait, where's that music coming from? Oh.
Connor Miller, known as Femto, or he who runs the Miku fan account, has beaten and abused his ex-girlfriend. He took control of the account as a way to mess with her even more. He is now taking action against us all. Compilation of everything. Hatsune Miku.
Okay. Yeah, we've covered
on Twitter. They just share like a bunch of, I mean, it's like stolen art and memes, but kind of what like fan accounts do, which you should give credit. But yeah, they just post memes, art, other Miku related stuff for it's been going for a really long time now. I think the account itself was made in 2010, so it's been around for a while.
Oh, the game is still muted.
Yeah, they have not posted anything about this.
I don't think we really need the game audio, but I'll still put it here anyway. I'm gonna turn her up a bit because she's a little quiet in my ears. Let's do that. Let's turn her up a bit. There we go.
On their account, they're still just posting memes. The other day when I did check the account, they had turned off
Yoshi.
comments when like that first post popped up, but comments are back now. Comments are back on, and still no work. The first.
I wish I could see some of those comments.
2024, which I believe is when I first heard about it. So I probably did hear about it a year ago.
They look like one of the earliest ones for there.
Is this you? He's Femto. Aren't you an abuser, a cheater, and a creep? They've linked so much.
She blurred out the word hoe. She blurred. Dude, oh my god. If you retweet me or post me, you better blur the hoe out of my name. It better just be Wendy. Jeez. Oh my god. So you can see there's maybe some strange things about this coverage.
Girlfriend. The first message from Femto states, clearly you must be hanging around with new, you got new collars and this will come back up, but Femto is a white man. White man.
Oh, okay.
So we can add racist onto that. Twitch, the girlfriend states, I
Okay.
ordered it from Dovskow
Yeah.
literally a few weeks ago when I first got paid. I can show you a screenshot of the order. To which she replies, why can't you just find another tomorrow and leave me be? And she says, is that really what you want? And the next one is the girlfriend finding out.
These are all taken to, interesting. All of these are taken today. So these are screenshots taken at the exact time. But I guess, I mean, the cheating happened years ago, right? Because this started in 2024. You see how nebulous and how crazy this is based on the things that we've actually been presented? Like, there's no way we can, like, lay this out or understand anything, basically, from it. It's just someone saying, this person abused me, evidence of this person saying a slur, evidence of this person's admitting to abusing someone, and or I wouldn't say evidence, a confession of them saying, completely cut out of everything else, just the single post. This is organized like a fucking, I don't know, like a stepping stones.
He doesn't deny it. He just says, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. It doesn't even
Which
matter.
seems strange out of the get-go. That seems very strange.
Okay, now the next one, just trigger warning. This is when it gets a little bit more intense. But Femto states, whatever happens,
Yeah.
or anything, I love that you think this is for attention. Absolutely love it. I just want you to know this is
A
not
little more
for
intense.
listening.
Discord
So if you ever
messages
feel regret or
intense.
anything-
Yeah. These Discord, it's caps. It's because it's in caps. It's because it's in caps. It's intense. All right. It's because it's in
know how you
caps.
feel and it's okay. And she says, perfect, great. So question number 1, why am I the only person you'll admit to that you beat me? Like, why can't you admit it to literally anyone else? And he says,
Again, why would they?
Me crazy. Sorry, I was being selfish. Feel free to screenshot this.
That-
Tweet it
that-
out.
that's-
And she states, but it was okay for everyone.
The fact that she doesn't point out that I'm just being selfish is the strangest thing you could say at that time. I'm so glad I'm just dicking around. I'm not playing well.
Everyone to think I was crazy, and he just replies, I'm sorry for putting my hands
Why
on
am
you."
I like doing no damage?
What the fuck? I don't think I need to comment on that. What the fuck? And following on this thread, they state, didn't you beat your girlfriend?
Why am I
And it only
doing
happened
no
to the
fucking
person you got paid
damage?
Just to fuck your ex because you knew they were into Vocaloid. There's a little notes app screenshot.
Oh, wait, where'd this go?
So we're gonna go through that. Stating, I'm tired of defending.
Oh,
and
we
sticking
did
up
go
for
over
you. For
this.
the past few months, Connor Miller has been physically.
Oh,
and
you
mentally
forgot to
abusing
blur
me. I made
Connor
a
Miller
mistake. I'm not
there.
perfect, and it hurt Connor and damaged your trust. When this whole situation happened a few months ago, Connor called me crying, screaming, telling me he was going to kill
A few
himself.
months
I freaked
ago,
out
but
and
when
told
did
him
this
he was going
happen?
to
If
go to
this
say goodbye. When he got
few months ago, but this was being pushed in 2024. And what time frame is any of this? I'm not sure how many of these people are the same person with this different account handles. I cannot accurately tell. It's impossible.
got to my house, he pushed past me, locked me out
Oh,
of the
whoops.
room, so I had to break the lock, and when I entered the room, he was trying to take things back he'd given me as gifts. I panicked and asked him to stop and try to grab my things, so he pushed me against the wall and threw a glass of water in my face, and then punched me
She
in the
does have kind of a
chest. I
nice
did not call the
voice, I'm not gonna
police.
lie.
Fast forward, we got back together, and he started making me feel horrible every night. It was so bad that for weeks every night, I was having horrible panic attacks and trying to kill myself. Fast forward more, Connor walked down the stairs fuming at me. I asked him what's wrong, and he proceeded to throw a cup of water in my face again, slightly strangle me, throw my watch on the ground, and then told me we were breaking up. The next day I tried to go upstairs to speak to him and talk things out. When I entered his room, he yelled at me and shoved me out as hard as he could and bruised my arm by hitting it with a shoe. At this point I was told I had 1 to 2 days to move out. That suddenly turned into 15 minutes as Connor began texting me, threatening
The way
me,
this is
telling me he was
written
going
is
to break all
so
my things and
interesting.
throw me
It's
down that
so
telling me to kill myself, etc. I was scared.
bizarre.
So I told him
Why
if he
does my
did so,
pause
I was
all
going
not
to call the
work?
police. He did indeed lock himself in my room and proceeded to start breaking my things. so I
fucking
called the
buttons aren't
cops.
working,
He took pictures of
dude.
the bruise on my arm and neck and my watch and asked if I wanted to press charges, to which I said no. I just wanted to move my things out and drive to Oklahoma and to be with my family. I stopped to get gas and called Connor to ask him to come and meet me. And I told him
Wait,
I
did we
declined
read them
pressing
out of
charges
order?
against him.
Or
I
did
got in
she
his
read them
car
out
and
of
told him
order?
The situation was not okay at all, but I threatened Connor. and
The
told him if he didn't
strangling
stay
me
me
with
because I was
both
going
his
to kill
hands
myself.
was
I was saying this out of anger,
at the very end.
which still isn't okay,
I
and I
thought.
do regret it. To which Connor lost his shit and immediately started driving hysterically, punched me in the face, scratching me.
I don't know
scratching
how
me,
we know
grabbing
that
my
that
fingers
is
and
even the
pinching me and trying
person
to
in the
break me,
account.
breaking my glasses and hitting my head, all while I cried and screamed and begged him to stop. I did not call the police again and we stayed together. A few weeks ago, Connor and I got into an argument and it ended with him strangling me with both his hands this time and putting all his weight on top of me so I couldn't move or fight him off. I'm not a perfect person, but you're an awful, awful human being. There are some messages that were sent from the girlfriend, which they say, hi, blank.
I just wanted to say I'm sorry for how I acted towards you. Connor's been physically and mentally abusing me for a really long time, for a really long, like a few months. And I just found out he's been cheating on me. Oh, I guess she's going to read them, but I just kind of wanted to read them myself. I'm really sorry for how I acted towards you. I was really brainwashed and I had no idea what kind of person he really was. Whoa, so what's going on there? That's like a completely another fucking situation.
He's been cheating on me. I'm really sorry for how I acted towards you. I was really brainwashed. And
He's been cheating on me. So now I'm sorry I talk shit about you.
2024. Fast forward, we've got a new one. Now, this is the one that I couldn't access.
No, that message was not 2024. The DMs were from 2024. The Discord screenshots.
The screenshots aren't amazing, but this is what I'm working with. And it states, Connor Miller, aka Femto.
Those are pretty good screenshots. I don't know what you're talking about.
His girlfriend in multiple different ones and even threatened to off himself on a call with her. And then they add a little account, which I believe is where they got the information from. This is all public and no sort of doxing, which I don't condone. This is
yeah, see, I don't buy that. I don't buy that at all.
White man.
Okay, we don't. Again, the racism is hacked onto abusive. Can we please just talk about the abuse, please? Jesus fucking Christ. We need some. This is so the problem here. This is so ACC coded. At least they got it in the right order. They put the abuse first and then tagged on the racism, which racism still really, really bad. Racism can lead to abuse, can lead to violence. Okay, but the fact that this feels very ACC coded, that they're a pedophile and they're an art tracer and they also like stole my color palette. Like this seems like you didn't need to make it. You didn't need to add any more push for me to already hate this guy. If you're like, he's abusive and he abused me and he beat me, like I already hate him. I don't need to be like, oh, wow, you know what? I was on his side until you said he is a racist. Oh my God, we got to get him now. Like, no.
Screenshots, which I believe are from the person they added at the start, just stating, hi, I just wanted to give you some info about the person who owns @Vocaloid, the Hatsune Miku page. His name is Connor Miller and he's a known...
Oh, that's interesting stuff. I couldn't find this.
That's the way for saying he steals Bitcoin and OG usernames.
They might have removed it.
Face, I think. Hold on. I was friends with a girl he dated for like a year or so and she was telling me how he...
This is what I saw. I was friends with a girl he dated for like a year or so. He was telling me he owns a bunch of ats. Like she's really like that other person that has a bunch of ats. Like I already had 3 Twitter account ats. It's like if I go down, favorite these.
But nothing involving him literally in Vocaloid because he goes through a bunch of different ats. And then here we go. Connor Miller is confirmed.
So if you got the biggest one, how is this going to stop him if he has a bunch of ats?
Is in sight. There's a pic of him trying to himself in the closet after this convo with his ex. I'm searching for it. A girl had a whole thread about him on her account, but she recently deactivated. I'm pretty sure I can get her to reopen her account so I can screenshot everything off of it. And then the following screenshots are the previous ones from Discord, which I read out. Going forward, they said, he was really awful, but so was the whole community. His other ex I can't find, but I know one other girl who has a bunch of the stuff documented. He never hit her, was just weird and lied to her a bunch. But she's genuinely scared of him.
Oh, interesting.
He was, like, really obsessed with her. He would take the other girl to like spots they could possibly run into each other and stuff. It was really
I wish we had evidence of this, dude. I really do.
Instagram DM and the whole notes app combo. They end the thread by saying, you can't hide anymore, Connor. The whole world knows what the fuck you did, you sick f***. And I won't rest a single moment until you're brought to justice, you abuser and racist asshole.
You brought to justice mean your Twitter account is banned.
Basically threaten them, stating, continue to harass
Did he?
over and over again is literally going to
Okay, hang on. To basically threaten him. This man abused, and let's give it good faith that the victim is real and got abused by this Connor character. Okay? So we're saying that is true. And then you're saying he's threatening them by saying, I'm going to get your accounts banned. If you keep harassing me, I'm going to get your accounts banned. I feel like, again, why is all of this hinging? It might be a parody account thing, but I don't know why this is all hinging on, like, if the account goes, you're dead, or you've been brought to justice, or you've been, you've been arrested, basically. That's all you need. It's just your account to go down.
It's not even me trying to threaten you. I didn't even get your account locked. Targeted harassment's against the TOCs. And the person who was a horrible racist them in the past, they can't show a screenshot because they're lying. Just like everyone else involved in this situation. You and everyone else need to realize
I wish he shows evidence here too,
before I ever get rid of it. Or like,
it's both sides. I wish anyone showed me a little bit more so I could, like, 100% be on your side. Because I'm on the side of, I'm against abuse and people being abused. But this is so nebulous. This is so, and it's so insane that they're using their Miku accounts to do this.
random people lying about me on the internet forced me to talk about my personal life, which has no relevance, or to stop posting. Feel free to tweet this one like the rest if you want to keep claiming untrue things like this person. Like, I get you guys get the most engagement when you incite harassment on my page, but it's also against the TOS. Lol.
So how long? I wish we had more screenshots over
I'm not
this.
hurting you, but if you keep harassing me, like, I know you get engagement from that and like whatever, but I'll get your account locked.
Oh my god, what the fuck? Are you looking at the viewfinder? Are you checking out your Jesus Christ.
I mean, do I need a comment?
I gotta make a face, but I can't look gross.
No, but he did get multiple accounts actually suspended.
No, but you just repeated the
Grok situation on Twitter right now. You're gonna ban accounts for talking about harassment and abuse and racism.
Oh, they were
but
suspended.
Your little AI bot is gonna make CSAM.
We don't really know what happened to it, but yes, the Grok situation, completely unrelated, is horrible, and Grok should be obliterated. I don't know why we need Grok. Grok should be wasted.
Okay.
And it's not Elon Musk going and banning these accounts, motherfucker.
Person in this app, and he's gotten away with so much in such a long time. He has masked himself for so long.
I wish we could see some of that in the long time.
I cannot
just anything, please.
So much going on. Something has to be done. Spread this thread around and let
something has to be done.
Especially
ban his account.
It's our only chance.
Yes, more popular people
at this point.
Like Jade Adelaide and Window of zero viewer fame.
A false claim. If I ever get suspended with no chance of appeal, please follow and then link other accounts instead. I can't stress enough how much better for Miku parody they are. If this is the end, keep on going without me. It never ends with me. It ends when we bring justice.
That's so fucking funny, dude. It is like they're gonna die. It is like they're gonna die. They're like, if I'm suspended, that's it. I'm dead. It's over. And I'm cooked. Jeez. That's why the fact that it's draped in this makes it seem less real. Makes it seem, dare I say, stupider. It makes this whole thing seem way stupider, that it's tied to not only the person that's the abuser getting to justice, but it's also like, we gotta get rid of the fake Miku and have a real Miku in our instead. And we can't, please, if I die, I'm hit. No, it's a Twitter suspension. It would strike through my left lung. Filling with blood. Stop, Connor. It never ends with me. It ends with me. Bring justice. Like, it's a fucking not Highlander. What's the movie? It's the fucking Freedom! William Wallace!
Respectfully, Connor down with the fake Miku. And then he went into their DMs. He went into their DMs and sent more, saying, hey, I just wanted to reach out.
Seen this.
I'm not the one who got those people suspended. They were inciting harassment against me. Which
I wish you show some proof there, Miku.
They were all inciting harassment against me by posting my personal.
Read my response. That got taken down, so we can't.
This is why they were banned. I didn't threaten them in their DMs. I tried to warn them to stop.
It's just people pointing fingers at each other.
Because I'm doing nothing wrong. I'm allowed to run this page, and I always.
Okay, that sounds like that sounds like you're doing something wrong. I said that before. I'm doing nothing wrong, and I'm allowed to run this page. Not, this is my account. I'm allowed to run this page. That sounds to me worse than the admission that was clipped out of context, because this is in context. Like the other one is just like, yes, I'm a criminal. But this makes him sound a lot worse. I'm gonna be
Who
real.
don't know me or understand the situation. Thank you. Please leave me alone. I've done nothing to you. The reason they were banned, but I have not been, despite weeks of harassment, is because I'm the rightful owner of this page and have been
Weeks,
for
but I thought
years
it's been
now.
years,
You're blatantly
bro.
misinformation and inciting hate against someone you don't know. Read the TOS, please. Have a good day. Twitch, they state. All you did was block and no warrant. How is that a warning? You have your platform to speak.
See, all
It's
you did
not
was
posting
block.
this to get you blocked.
Okay, so she's just reading over. I don't know how much more we need to go over. We kind of went over this because I more care about
Make your choices, man. Like,
here.
have a good day. The thing with guys like this, I have dealt with one in
Okay.
particular, which I think I've mentioned it briefly.
Just one.
From the ages of like 12
I've dealt with like
to
4.
17, 18, I had a stalker. It was fucking horrific. He made
Okay.
my life hell. He would send me pictures of my
I don't know why you're adding this into the thing, unless, you know, maybe she's doing this to wrap back around to why it's, I don't know. Let's see. I'm pausing editing her probably.
I so vividly remember being like 16 and the night of being sent my house.
I thought she said
had to go to the next
sexting,
one,
but it's just the
and
British
I just
accent.
remember the absolute fear of waking up and thinking, oh my god, there is like a 10-15 minute walk to the bus stop. And I don't live like, it's not like a rural town, but it's not like a city. And I had to walk past this like big forest tree area and there was no one out. There was a big tunnel which someone got assaulted under. I had to walk that way.
Wait,
and I just remember the absolute fear of waking up and thinking, holy shit, I'm gonna die. But I need to go to school.
So this story is personal anecdote from myself. I was scared because I was a stalker. I mean, I would be scared too if someone was stalking me. I never had someone stalking me, but I had stalking. I mean, she's allowed to go on a tirade about her life. I might as well, you know, show up with my own fucking story. But people who I've known have been stalked pretty intensely. But the way that she's like, I have to walk to school by basically the rape bridge. There's the rape underpass where people just get assaulted all the time, and I have to walk by there. It's strange detail to add.
He's done a lot more, and I went to the police. And the police said, you know, I just don't know if we can open up a case.
I mean, for stalking, yeah, the police.
Like another.
Yeah, the police for stalking cases, even in the U.S. Or I guess I don't even know if she lives in the U.S. or not. I'm not sure if I didn't dig through her stuff to find out. But I mean, in the U.S., the police do not care about stalking until something happens, and I assume it's probably the same there.
File in the cabinet. Like, we think you've just been a little bit naive in this situation.
Or they're more like, we'll wait till something happens. We'll wait. Call us when he does something.
So, you know, people like this are terrifying, not because they themselves are scary, but they're very unpredictable, and they will just enact on their whims.
If they could be
post about you because you physically and mentally abuse your girlfriend, and you own multiple.
We don't know that
like
for sure.
Vocalite, because that was her interests.
Allegedly.
And you want to with her because of that, and don't even think it's just my interest.
Was it? We don't have any proof of her being in the account either.
Oh my god! Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Anyway, that's my little rant. But if you go through the thread, there are multiple, and I mean so many people saying that he's just blocked them. Like,
no, there's not too many people. There's like fucking 10, bro. It's not like 80. And who cares who he blocks?
Which he did say.
Who cares?
But come the fuck on. But I saw a lot of people saying that they were trying to report him to Sega, which I don't know if that would fall under like fair use or something, because
that's crazy.
But I know was it like a couple of years ago where a lot of.
So if you're trying to report them and there's a case, that's got to come back and blow up on every single fucking parody account. That's going to blow up on every parody account. That's a really dumb idea.
Accounts were getting deleted and like removed in Europe because of like the new thing that came out. But if they're in America, I don't really know how that would work. If anything would get done with that.
The new thing that came out, like the internet laws.
Like the Hatsune Miku account on Twitter. I'm sorry, on X. I'm not calling
Yeah,
it
it's
out.
Twitter. Yeah.
But I know this is like the account on there, which has, it did have like over 430k followers, but now it's like down to like 420 some followers.
Wait. That's it? It had 430k? Dude, I was thinking this thing was like millions, bro. What the fuck? How is that? Oh my god. This person, they need to dethrone this person with 40k.
Things are
40k.
clearly, but not enough. If you see this account pop up, kindly unfollow, block, and report. That would be
They
amazing.
closed their account
Because
right after.
They just want to keep running their account. They just want to keep running their little Hatsune Miku account, even though they're an abuser and a racist. And probably a fucking nonce as well. Let's throw that in there. Actually, don't.
Okay, you're crazy. That's ridiculous. That shit's gonna blow up in your face. Like, you don't do that. You don't fucking do that. Especially, which I'm not going to go, but the Majiga account, I'm saying a J, if you scroll down, has like lolicon images. So if you're gonna call anyone a nonce, the people who are calling him out are kind of more nonce-like than this person. But I don't know. Maybe the account that got deleted, maybe it had a lot of stuff like that too. But you do not want to just come swinging out with it, which is why the reason why I'm saying, oh, I'm assuming, or I'm thinking, let's say he's an abuser. Let's on the grounds that he's an abuser. You know, this is a confession of being an abuser. I'm not saying this guy 100% did it, because the story is so nebulous. It's happened over 3 fucking years. This is such a strange fucking shadow war where, like, I feel like the majority of the shots and the warheads have been like just shot either through DMs or through smaller accounts that have been deleted and will never ever see the full picture. So this story is dead in the water, but it's just, we'll never know who anyone was. The accounts that called them out are all back to posting their fan art or posting their things or pretending to be whatever Vocaloid they are. It's all back to normal. The evil Miku's been dethroned. How did they get dethroned? They don't even say. They don't even say, oh, yes, their account got banned. It's just the account's closed. So, I don't know.
I'm kidding.
But don't say that. I don't care. I don't care.
They seem like the type.
Oh my god, you seem like the fucking... I'm not gonna say anything, never mind. I was about to go. You can't just fucking swing like that, okay? You can't.
But yeah, if you have any more information on this, please let me know. I couldn't.
There are no information.
Other than what was already posted, because like,
yes, that is it.
Had deactivated, so this was
that is everything, motherfucker.
Sharing that tweet and posting screenshots of that tweet. Yeah, if
yep.
you know anything, I would really love to know.
Nope.
Know your thoughts, your opinions. If you knew about this, because
they did it without bigger people doing anything.
Like a year ago, but it was very hush hush. No one really spoke about it unless you like.
What do you mean spoke about it?
If you get what I mean. But yeah.
Because there's no like dead to rights evidence that if there was something, well, I don't care. He doesn't deserve a platform. He can make a new one. Because if because the abuser is still out there. He can make a new Twitter account any day. He can make a fucking, I don't know, he could go on Rumble. Like, he's not caught. He's not been stopped. The platform's not gone. Or he's not stopped having a platform. How are we going to find out who he is again? We'll never know. All that information is fucking sucked into the void. Jesus.
Do your thing. I hope you're all okay. Please take
care
of
yourself.
Thing. Like I said, I will leave some resources in the description if you have been affected by anything.
Yeah, the suicide hotline. Thank you.
Water, drink,
I feel like I'm going to use it. No, I'm not going to call it at all.
Thank you very much for watching, and bye.
Just going to get the toaster. Okay. Did she post corrections or something? I thought she might have done. Shoot. Was there something else? Chat, they sent me a DM request with the first sentence saying your video is full of inaccuracies you wanted to know. Haven't even bothered to open it or read it with the rest of the bullshit. Why? You asked everyone else, do you know anything more about the story? And you say, I haven't opened this. This is how I know not only are you being malicious, which, I mean, in your head, maybe you're being malicious against an abuser, which, if this is all it takes is for someone to say it on the internet, you're going to fuck up and make really bad decisions really quickly. Like, it's just going to happen. I mean, I've seen careers completely get vaporized because they backed the wrong horse in an abuse case. Do you know who I love Kim Possible a lot is? No, I don't think Jade knows I love Kim Possible. They were someone who who swung a big swing at Saber Spark, saying Saber Spark was a rapist and raped this other person, Emu Emmy. And it blew up because it was wrong, because Saber Spark found the DMs that proved it wrong, or that led more credence to it being wrong. Completely annihilated her career because she backed the wrong horse with just someone saying this happened. So you can have those feelings, you can have that inner monologue, that inner like little voice in your head that's telling you, you know, I believe this person, that's good. You can have that. But when you come out on a public platform and say this stuff, you're setting yourself up for it to blow up. And I really wish, I even said, and here, you see, it seems every video I'm reviewing, I'm also in the comments. Post the DM, please, if you won't read it. It could honestly crucify them more. So no harm in sharing. So I'm being 100% good faith there. He could get cooked way more. Well, no. And that's where it ends. And Jade Adelaide covers a lot of Sims drama, which is kind of interesting. I think she hit 11,000 subscribers. Good for her. But yeah, from going through her backlog, like, I would just say don't post the things don't post the things about your history that you have said to the internet, please. Please don't do that. That's not good. Okay. So that's the end of that. I had a thing for the Sinder, for the old Sinder stuff. God, I need to hold on. Let me get my notebook. Let me get my notebook. It's gonna turn into a research stream now, chat. It's gonna turn into a research stream. Should I change the title? Maybe keep going. How do I change the title? I don't know. I literally don't know how to change the title. I've never done that before. Alrighty. So I know the Cinder situation's old. Everybody says to move on, don't talk about the Cinder situation or blah blah blah. But there's been a lot of like traction on like using the old documents instead of the new 1,000 page document. I will do a future stream like going over. I'm not going to fuck, I'm not going to read or go over or scroll through the fucking 1,000-page Google Doc. I'm not going to do it, but I am going to make like a truncated version, which is what I think is the things that everyone's kind of weighed in on and said they've been kind of wishy-washy on, when there's some pretty dead right stuff. So I've actually gone through the Sinder document 7 times. This will be the 8th fucking time, because I went through it in some other people's chats and for like to be like a subject matter expert for some other channels. So I'm gonna just do that. I'm gonna do it one more time. I can close all of this. That's excuse me. How do I save? Yeah. All right, let's find an old one. I don't know. No. I don't want to fucking find the lolicon image, please. God, Twitter is a nightmare. Twitter is hell.
I did check the account.
Oh, I had it open twice, I guess. Cinder drama. No, I don't want explained. I want reading. I want the original one. I know the new one, but I want the old one. Oh, I haven't really seen Shiley Lee's new statement. No, we're gonna go in history. We're gonna go in. No. I read all 1,000 pages, motherfucker. Try reading it 7 times. It's because I hate myself. And I want to die. Oh boy, cat in chat. Glad you got some views there, girl. She's gonna rot in hell. No, I want the original Cinder drama. There has to be some people just going over it. Mujin. It's 8, 12, 20. I literally just want I literally just want to like listen to it in the background and take notes. Okay.
Well, guys, it took a while, but after 4 months,
Okay, Mujin,
2025 has
hopefully
officially
I'll
had
put you
its
in the
first
description or something.
apocalyptic-level VTuber drama that has caused an industry-wide disaster. This is about one of the biggest independent VTubers on the planet and has for years, while pretending to be her friend.
She was making more than Shy Lily and
suppress the success of an even bigger
most
independent
indie
VTuber by the name
VTubers.
of Bao.
At the
This
time,
all started when a very well-renowned artist within the VTuber community published this
she was making. Did I save? I did not save. I'll save it for when I actually go over it. But I saved what she was making at the time prior to the going down.
Titled "Terminating My Work with Sinder." This
is gonna turn into an impromptu, just me fucking commenting on the Sinder drama, bro.
document is such a bombshell filled to the brim with proof that it's currently sitting at almost 3 million views and it hasn't even been up for 24 hours.
I mean, it had a lot of information, but the information it was missing was very important. It's very, very important.
Away from drama. And as time goes on, more and more people are coming out with their side of the story. True. You have to understand, this doesn't just involve Bao. This involves multiple very successful VTubers being backstabbed by that person.
Even,
and that
everybody
is barely scraping the surface here. Not to mention that her apology was one of the worst I've seen in recent memory. To say that this is apocalyptic is an understatement. The entire VTuber community is shook to its core. So what the hell is going on? Well, you already know the drill. Let's talk about it. So as I mentioned, the VTuber at the center of this controversy is Sinder, but she didn't always go by that name. She actually started off in 2020
she went under another
by the name of Tashi.mp3,
like Wolf or Kitsune,
different ASMR RP videos, like "You're such a good boy for me" ASMR RP. A year later, on June 2021, she would create her Twitch channel under the name of Sinder and would start streaming. During that time, she would build herself.
Except she wasn't thinking of Sinder. At least was it? Was that in the 1,000-page doc where she went through what the name she kind of went through, that Sinder wasn't going to be the thing, and she was that's right. She was trying to argue that she did not take Silver Veil's like style name, is that she another S name, is that she wanted it. She had planned it a long time ago. She originally spelt it with a C or something.
She would officially do her model debut.
This is off the top of my head, so don't.
And people fell in love with her model almost instantly. At the time, very few models looked like it, and it was seen as innovative, unique even. Not to mention that it had two very big reasons to.
Okay, Mujin, down boy, down boy.
She spent close to an hour showing off her model and the different features that it came with. After her debut, she would get a lot of traction.
She also started too with like the background and the art. Like she came out swinging.
She was behind the design of her model. This allowed her to start receiving many commissions from other VTubers who wanted a similar style. And as you can see from how many followers she had in 2023, she was also able to grow exponentially.
Even after everything, and I don't believe 100% Nanolist did lie in her original document, but it hasn't hurt her business. I guess it's just business. It has not hurt her business. She's still making models for people. So again, this hasn't blown up in anyone's face. Cinder's back to normal. It's all funny games.
Exponentially. Sinder would understand that one of the things people loved about her was the design behind her model, so she stuck with Nano and would keep commissioning a new model or outfit every few months. Now look, when it comes to VTuber models and VTuber outfits, this costs a lot of money. We're talking thousands of dollars.
Oh yeah.
The fact that she was able to do this every few months already showed the resounding success that she found in content creation. Her average view count on Twitch was unstoppable, reaching
there he goes. How's it good to
ranking her as the
January 20?
First most watched content creator on the entirety of Twitch. Part of the reason of that growth was that she was able to be a part of the VTuber friend group that included the biggest indie VTubers on the planet. She was seen as
somehow Mythic wanted to destroy her.
That's how she saw them too. Always collabing together and always
Mythic said she was making too much money. We would make more money if we didn't have her affiliated with us.
Bounds. In the beginning of 2025, she announced that she was a partial owner of the company GamerSubs. This is a huge energy drink company that sponsors many of the top VTubers in the world. She even released her own shaker with them, and the art on the shaker, of course, was also made by Nanolist, and it sold out completely. All this to tell you that she was extremely successful. Guys,
I got that GamerSubs thing. I still have that thing. I got one of the last ones before the
really cool
blow up.
So of course, no one would have ever expected that it would just take one document to make her entire successful career come crashing down in an instant.
There was one document that started the ball rolling.
On April 26th, 2025, Nanolist, who at this point had become completely associated with Sinder's brand, had published this tweet saying, "Hello, I'm here to share something that has affected me personally.
That Cinder figure sure felt like guilt when I was looking at it. I was looking at its tits,
this is all I have to say. Linking
just felt guilty
with the title "Terminating My Work with Cinder." And in the replies, one could see the biggest independent VTubers on the planet fully and unconditionally supporting Nanoless with this document. So let's take a look. Nano starts off.
Here's one of my main points that I'm going to put in the thing is that people say this should always been behind the scenes. Well, going back via the screenshots, the weapon Cinder and Red used against other people and pitting other people against each other was behind the scenes. That was the weapon. Okay? So if this stayed behind the scenes, they could still keep doing whatever they want, saying whatever they want, doing whatever they want. So sure, if this is mean girl drama put up in the focus, but I don't know. I feel like the only way to actually do any change, or to maybe make them wake up a bit, but I guess they have not woken up, that their mentality around there are no friends, only rivals, is psychologically damaging and deranged.
I wanted to share my experience with Cinder and Red manipulating me, using me, and dragging me into drama while sabotaging, slandering, and spreading lies about people I thought were her closest friends. So before we continue, you know who Cinder is, but who the hell is Red? Well, Red, otherwise known as Redacted, has been Cinder's manager since she started content creation.
Husband.
This has been a well-known fact. If you knew her or worked with her or whatever, you typically did it through Red. He was somehow involved all the time. So this document wasn't just talking about Cinder, it was also talking
He's
about
cringe as fuck, bro.
Not only do I no longer
He's such a fucking little cringe, a little piss baby.
Years and shed light on what she has been doing behind people's backs to protect artists and friends that may be experiencing something similar. I struggled a lot with writing this document and wasn't sure if what I felt and experienced working was real or just burnout, but I think this proves that I was lied to and manipulated over the course of years while working with Cinder. Note, based on working with
mention of
Redacted and Cinder
manipulation,
over the years,
and write
that
that
I'm sure
down.
they speak for each other, and there is no reason to believe Red was acting without Cinder's
Are these
consent
docs
and
still
knowledge.
up?
Whenever I use they or them, it refers to both of them acting as a team. English not being my first language and the language barrier, I discussed the situation, my feelings and thoughts with native English speakers who helped me put them into words so everything is clear without any misunderstandings.
Very interesting.
Skills. Note, any names that are censored here were censored because the creator in question did not provide consent to have their name revealed by the time of me posting this document. So this is already a handful, right? It's alleging many things, but thankfully Nano has a lot of proof in DMs.
God, this feels like this is years ago, bro.
Slandering other creators. I will start with screenshots showing them speaking ill of other creators and spreading rumors.
Speaking ill is better slandering.
In addition to spreading ill rumors, they also complain and accuse Bao of
they
giving
sure did
their
do that.
editor too much work, resulting in the editor
Yes.
not having any time for new clients, which will be important.
They
later
sure
on.
did love
The
doing
screenshots
trash
below
talk.
show them showing their affection and appreciation,
And they love doing it to
immediately followed by
certain
spreading
people.
rumors and lies to make other clients appear problematic, to manipulate any future decisions regarding commissions. So these are fairly recent DMs from January 2025. It starts off with Nano saying, "Of course, I wanted to."
I mean, they
understand
basically
better,
admitted in the
especially
1,000
if I
page.
cancel her for the second time, lol. With Redacted saying, well, with blank, she's given a lot of bias and priority at GS, which is gamer subs, sometimes over Cinder, and we can't really confront them about it. And plus, she's gone 3D.
We have to have
Bao has
priority.
been getting on our nerves for a while. She hijacked our YouTube editor a while ago and is constantly picking up artists that we work with.
This mentality of not wanting to like lift other people up is so. I know that like there's a whole mentality of like this really is just business, and business is a space and it's a job, and it's like, yeah, well, you know, you tend to kind of want to make friends at your job if you're there long term. Like you don't just want, especially even if they're your competition, like you generally do want people in your corner. You can't do it all on your own. I don't care if you're in a field. People who are in a competitive field still have friends. Some maybe in the competitive field. Maybe there's a form of healthy competition that you can have. This is not healthy competition. This is we're going to talk bad how we think, oh, so Nanolist knows we don't like this person. So Nanolist knows that well, you know, we feel X way.
Her most important artist from her.
Because Nanolist is just gonna roll over and do whatever. Like, gotta be real, Nanolist is a fucking wet noodle, dude.
Now, and sometimes that gets in the way of our projects. Also, one of Bao's music video editors is the one that did the Boss Rush music video, and we're 99% sure she told him not to do any more with us. But like
99% sure.
That's a VTuber's entire image.
Do that other 1% sure.
Cinder wouldn't be Cinder without Nano. Okay, but like, let me tell you the tea about the music video thing. Bao had songs last year that had music videos by her editor, and the songs flopped. Her editor met us at TwitchCon and was saying
crazy shit.
Practically jumping through hoops to get something planned. We managed to have him squeeze in the Boss Rush music video between his work with Bao. He says he loved working on it and is super excited to work on the next music video project. The Boss Rush song blows up, and he's credited as the editor. I ask him when he's free to do the next project. All of a sudden, he changes his mind and is only working with Bao.
Okay, so here's the thing too that's gonna happen is that people often in this state will say, "Oh, well, Bao said that this didn't happen, but Bao didn't provide screenshots. Bao just had other people said, I think, what was it? She was like, she said I had another editor in the thing and they could vouch for me, I believe." I think that's what it was. I think that might, and I've seen people say, well, Bao didn't post screenshots about them. They just said, oh no, they were happy for them to go work with Cinder, but they wanted to do their own thing. But they forget that all Red said was that this happened too. Red didn't show screenshots of him talking to this guy of what happened. This is all word of mouth versus word of mouth. Like, it's not, oh, because Val didn't show screenshots, this is now more valid. No.
Forward, no explanation. Nanolist replies with a panicking emoji.
Again, this is just, I'll have to, I don't want to go directly over this.
Behind the scenes, but basically, we don't have a music
I just can't help myself from fucking interjecting with all the shit I have in my brain.
Her editor did an original song music video for her friends without her knowing, and it did 100 times better than her original songs last year that she locked him up so no one else could work with him.
Okay, that's all hearsay.
That he was only working with her going forward, like a literal.
That's a lawyer LARP.
And now she's been barking up the tree of one of our Live 2D animators, so like in you and a Nano model. Nano replies with, yeah, looking for me sounds sus for sure. Redacted says it's so annoying. I don't know, man. She has a way of guilt tripping people to get her way. So these are the DMs for January, and it's already looking.
It's a very interesting statement.
Nano continues in the document saying, Red asked me to cancel.
Wait, when does he? So it's in Nanos. Hang on. Let me do a thing here. In Nano's dog. Yes, I have a fucking pen and paper. I'm a fucking, because I have to use it at work a lot. It's the first instance the public had heard the screen, or had seen the screenshot of, what was it? She has a way of guilt tripping. Bao guilt trips. Okay.
Our closest friends, Bao, by asking me to cancel my work mid-progress, manipulating me into thinking it is okay since she has many connections and she'll be fine anyway, so I wouldn't feel guilty about it or worry too much. It was and is upsetting to me that Red contacted me specifically to check on.
Yeah, I mean, I believe we get screenshots of that before, but Nano is not the way she says it is.
Did you cancel models? Nano said I did not. Red replies with Nano arc delayed to 2026. Nano replies with I'm scared to cancel with Bao, to which Red says you shouldn't be. She has so many connections. She'll find someone super fast.
Oh, she does show the screenshots.
Okay.
I
remember her showing it to us at WeepCon, to which Nano says,
but yeah, I'm almost positive in the 1,000 page she cut out where she was like, I really want to, you know, I really do want to cancel with. So this is, you know, this doesn't really fly. This is a out of date statement.
The design for free as an apology gift. This is so scummy, man. You have to understand, commissioning a VTuber model is a very lengthy process. Everything from the initial concept, to the design, to the rigging, to the testing. If you don't pay extra, it might take a year. If you pay double, it might take a few months, but it takes a while anyway. And finding someone who's both talented and has a free schedule is almost impossible. So this idea of, oh, she has so many connections is very insensitive.
Oh, it lets me know my microphone is unmuted, but had no signal. Yeah, that's when I walked away to get water, bro.
Such weird behavior. Nano continues in the document in the next section, titled Exclusivity and Blacklisting Other Creators.
Yeah, we basically can't trust any of this, so I just want this as a timeline for what we hear it.
But rather, when a creator from their blacklist comes asking for a commission, they would guarantee me model work for Sinder only, and if anyone asked me for commissions, they'd commission me instead to compensate for not working
with other creators. But she was negotiating this. She wanted this. This was part of the negotiations.
The solution to me working with other creators was for them to essentially overwork me to keep me from working on other projects.
Yeah, this is just bold-faced lie right here.
My concern is that the more non-Sinder models I make, the less valuable my existing models become. It's hard to say how much this messed with my mind as an artist.
This is insane. This is, I understand how people are like, yes, there is diversity, like, you know, Rembrandt paintings or whatever. Like, if there's more of them, they'll go down in value. But what that is the resale market. Are people reselling these VTubers? Is this a gunplay situation? Are they reselling? Like, a Cinder going to resell? There's barely a resale market, especially for these big, well-known, iconic. Like, they've pretty much copyrighted their likeness. So if they can't sell you the model for you to use it. So the idea that these nanolith models are like NFTs is ridiculous. It's just it literally from Red is just a narrative to be like, we want a leg up even more, to be even more special, that we have one of these few. We have the fucking Bored Ape NFT. So while people say that, yes, this is real in art and in a lot of things, that the more of it flooding the market can lower the value, but that's talking about the resale value, the market value. When these VTuber, these big top indie VTuber models are not being resold to collections like fucking Rembrandt paintings, okay? So that don't fly here. That doesn't work here.
Models less special. The following screenshot is one of them setting up the blacklist, saying I'm not allowed to work with any new clients or create any new outfits for VTuber 1 specifically, and justifying those things by saying that with each model, my art becomes less unique and special, and therefore Cinder somehow will become less special.
I'm like making all these fucking statements like to nobody. I don't think there's anywhere here. But I'm just talking off the top of my head. I've not formulated any of this. Again, I'll make a truncated version of the 1,000-page that pulls in some of this. I just didn't remember any of this earlier stuff. Really,
designer is devalued by working with other people is insane and hurtful. After realizing what taking a deal with them would really mean for both my workload and my mental health, I backed out. So this first screenshot is also from January 2025, very recent, and it starts off with redacted saying, I mean, like, if we wanted to have some kind of model exclusivity, what would you need to make that sustainable for you? Nano replies with, maybe you can share one of your ideas and I can check what I think. Half an hour passes by, redacted doesn't say anything, Nano says something, and it's, okay, so I got some ideas for this, I guess. Redacted says, I was driving, what are you thinking? Nano says, okay, so I asked help from my friends, they don't know it's you, so don't worry.
I was driving, I couldn't get you. Oh my god, fucking Nanolist. Pull over. Fucking, I don't know. What the fuck?
Calculating my monthly earnings.
This guy, I'm gonna be real, I hate this motherfucker. I hate this motherfucker with a passion.
I think the main things we're looking for are for you to not take any brand
I'm biased, yes, Red, but it's for very found reasons.
So this is them deliberately targeting one VTuber in particular. Anyway, he continues, you'd still be able to work on models / outfits with all of your other existing babies, and your artwork commissions wouldn't be affected. One of our concerns is that more nano babies means nano models don't have
here's the argument.
More. And by the way, guys, when he says nano babies, it's a VTuber term, so typically people who will make
again, they're talking about market value in the cases the majority of the time. Resell value.
You don't have to tell me, but now you know. Anyway, he continues, and second,
he really wants Cinder to look unique and to have no one ever, because They are hyper either Cinder is or Red is about being compared. I have a feeling they have saved every single screenshot of someone saying, oh, this is like X VTuber, or oh, she reminds me of X VTuber. Like, they are obsessed with it, even though at the time they were at the top. They couldn't go higher. They could be, I don't know, Iron Mouse maybe, but they couldn't go higher
at all. The reason why I brought this up at all is that there's been a lot of bias with another one of our partners with certain creators, and we'd rather these creators not have what makes Cinder unique, which is your artwork, just drama.
Yep.
An hour later, Redacted comes up with an idea saying, what about
it's just drama? That should be my tagline instead of just business. It's just drama.
And we'll continue giving you lots of model work. I think around 4 this year right now, but you don't work with blank, or
see,
blank.
Yeah, this kind of blows up Nanolist's argument in her own fucking document again. Like, there is no pressuring here. It's is there a little bit way to more because asks for the art every now and then? Like, this isn't they pressured me into doing this. This is negotiations without a contract. Again, there's no contract here.
Models or art. I don't think you've ever done anything with blank or blank before. We also have another gamer subs label for you too, the AFK. This is absolutely wild. Look at how many people they're blacklisting over here, okay? Nanolist
well, okay, but they're not really like super blacklisting. They're trying to exclusivity bargain.
We could do it like when blank.
What they should have just said is just we want exclusivity, period. We're not naming any names. We want you to only work with Cinder. They didn't have to name anybody. Like, I don't know of exclusivity deals that are like that are like dependent on just a couple names, just a couple people. I mean, I guess they could exist, but I don't know.
For art, you tell her no, and then tell us so that we buy another art piece. Like, so you still get a job from it. Now, I'm sure you're wondering who these censored creators in the message are. Well, now we'll
find out.
This is the full message, with Redacted saying, you don't work with bow, cotton, or blank at all again, models or art. I don't think we
still don't know.
Before. These are, again, very big independent
about the cotton stuff, right?
Cinder a friend. This is one of the most shameless things I've ever seen.
I think God, out of the many times I read this Cinder, the 1K doc, I think I just skimmed over the cotton stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember.
And also gaslighting.
I think my brain is blocking it.
Wild. Now, bear in mind, there's a VTuber that's still censored here, and throughout the document, you'll see a person of interest called VTuber.
Who are they?
Those got revealed later, and we'll talk about them in this video, so don't worry.
We'll never know.
In the document, saying another example of speaking ill of other creators right after they saw I was working with Shy Lily, trying to once again make the idea of working with other clients seem like I am setting myself up with problematic people who will do me no good in the long run to get me to reconsider working with them. They also continuously kept asking about my other clients' plans, which made the antenna go up and immediately went into slandering Lily. And when Nano says Lily, they kind of Shy Lily. They consistently try to
from the 1K. I mean, they kind of were being like, oh, that person that you did, oh, don't you know this other stuff? Don't you know this other stuff? But this is more underhanded tactics of the exclusivity deal. They want exclusivity, and they think this is a way to do it without. I guarantee they think this is a way to do it without like actually signing and paying Nanolist with like exclusivity deal prices, like what you would get, because you get buku dollars if you were exclusive. But I mean, Nanolist is kind of dumb and wanting to fucking and bargain for a Cinder figure and some extra art pieces. So
assure me that despite their best efforts, they just happen to keep trying to bring drama in as reasons for me to go exclusive, and that working only with Cinder
no, if I remember right, Nanolist was talking with slinging drama too.
Extremely recent, like a couple weeks ago, right? In mid-April 2025, with Redacted saying, hey Nano, do you have more plans with Lily besides just the model, like outfits or merch or anything? Nano says, just the model so far.
Stream levels.
Says, okay, her asking you for a model recently just made the antenna go up. She's been acting weird towards Cinder lately, and we don't know if something's going on. Nano says, oh, that's weird. Redacted says, ever since after V-Card launched, which is a VTuber trading card game.
Hold on one second, I just need to check. And bargained for a Cinder figure and some extra art.
As reasons for me to go exclusive, and that working only with Cinder
okay, so the Muujin can go up a bit, and I could go down a bit. Sorry, it's a new microphone. Sure, new microphone. Up a little bit. Right on.
Nanolist says, but what do you consider weird? And Redacted says, lately dipping out of collabs they were both a part of at the last minute and now ghosting her messages. Cinder's raided her a couple times on Twitch in the past week, and Lily won't acknowledge Cinder.
This is a
by
psychotic
name.
point.
Just like pretty weird petty stuff. I don't
This
know.
is the first
Nano
point
says
that I'm like,
super
there's
weird since
no
they both
way
share
you
the
could
same
argue
score
away that
wall,
this
referring
is
to gamer
not
subs that they both have
fucking
partial
crazy
ownership in.
behavior.
And Redacted says, around
You did not
V-Card's
say the
launch, they
name.
were talking and collabing, and I
You
don't know
did not
what
say the
happened,
name.
but her asking you for a model after that was just weird, even though she said she doesn't plan on getting a new model anytime soon. I don't know.
This
Hate
guy
that we
needs a
keep
real
bringing you
job,
into
bro.
Drama, to
This
which
guy,
Nano
this
says,
fucking
yeah,
Red
I thought
needs
it
a
was
real
quite early to go
goddamn
for a new
job.
model. Redacted says, feels like we're gonna have to compete with Lily if she's ghosting Cinder and wants the same model.
So we have to compete.
So of course,
but again, they don't. It feels like we might have to compete. But they're competing. There were no friends. There were no friends. Nobody was friends. It was a leg up. Friends don't exist in the space. And it sounds like from them like living at their parents and like not going out and not doing anything. Like it sounds like they didn't have any other friends anyway. So it's just them. It's just them by themselves.
Tell you, Shy Lily is also one of the biggest
that's just gonna fucking
independent
feed
VTubers
into
on the
each other.
planet, and she is someone that considered Cinder a friend. Now we have proof that she was backstabbing her too. Nano continues in the document. The idea that they need to stay informed and gauge the competition is extremely upsetting and toxic to me. The competition they're referring to are
Okay, I believe that Lily 100% was a mean girl. If she saw this, I'd even believe that she was someone who helped Nanolist write this doc. Because from what I've seen of Lily, Nanolist shows her these DMs. Fucking Lily's gonna see fire, bro. She's gonna. So, you know,
people I thought
we don't know that for sure,
always
but
helped
I could
support
see
it
it.
and platform
I
Cinder.
could
When
see
I pushed
it.
back, the immediate response was blaming the other creators and implying
Does
that
that
they
mean she's as
initiated
bad
it
as
by trying
Cinder?
to work
No.
with me, and that somehow
Not even
justified
close.
their actions. They imply Shy Lily ignored Cinder when she spent over a minute thanking the raid, which you can see in this clip. Let's watch it
They
together.
ran over a minute, dude. They
Ignore what you just saw. Okay. Ooh! Oh my goodness! Hello! Oh! Hello, Raiders! Hello! I am playing Berserker.
I don't know.
It's called The Last Berserker.
I'm not a big
We were
Lily
sponsored,
fan.
but the game was really fun, so I just kept playing for like a million more hours. Hello, everyone! Hello!
She's saying hello because the chat's still exploding with people.
What did you guys do?
She's not doing it because
I
she's
am
like, I'm
looking
going to
to
keep
get-
thanking chat
usually-
instead
okay,
of
so
Cinder.
most people know
Like
me
her
for my
chat's still
gacha
fucking
addiction, but
firing off.
Right, so I think
She's
that's enough
responding
proof
to
to see
him.
that she acknowledged the raid and did her best to
Yes.
interact with her and her community when they raided her.
Yes, 'cause her
this
community
idea
is
that
still
she
fucking
ignored her
firing off.
completely is totally false. And I think it was just them hoping that Nano would be too lazy to actually find the stream itself and see Shy Lily's real
No.
reaction to the raid. Again, very
Lily might
scummy
found out.
behavior. On that same day,
Yeah.
Redacted and Nano kept DMing each
It
other.
is. I mean, that's
Redacted
one thing
saying,
you could
"Real,
say,
Is it just
for
Cinder
sure,
and Blank you've been doing
100%,
continuous
is
model
that scummy
outfits for?
behavior.
We'll have the demon update list
From-
plus final arcade reference for you soon as it's finished." To which Nano says, "I think it is. I have an outfit for Blank planned too. As for Blank, got nothing for now, but she always comes up with something." Redacted asks, "Do you know who's rigging Shy Lily's model?" Nano list says, "Gonna be Blank." To which he replies with, "Thanks, Nano. Sorry for all the questions. Just gotta stay informed, especially when it comes to our top
Just gotta
artists.
stay
Never a
informed.
break."
Get
Nano says,
another
"Don't worry, just don't
fucking
stress too much with the
informant,
side
bro.
things. It's bad for
Thinks he's
balding."
playing, like,
Redacted
Wolf
replies
on
with, "I'm
Wall
gonna go
Street
bald
with
now. I'll
fucking
keep you in the loop about
VTuber.
anything else going on with that." Nano
This
replies
guy's
with,
so
"Go balding?" And
fucking
Redacted says, "No, you
retarded.
fool, just stupid drama. Gotta
Jesus
stay
Christ.
competitive even when we shouldn't have to. Also, your profile picture looks like a guy with a mustache." And Nano says, "Don't go too far on the competitiveness. It can get bad. Gotta chill sometimes." To which Redacted says, "Hey,
Boy, I
it's
wish
not
he-
us. We aren't the ones getting a model from the artist of the other Gamer Subs owner out of the blue."
It's not us. It's everyone else making us do this. Everyone else is competitive already. We're just keeping ahead of the game. Sounds a lot like Cope, doesn't it? Sounds a lot like Cope for a behavior that he had already been exhibiting back in the days before Cinder was Cinder. Like he was like this then. So,
and ghosting them and refusing to acknowledge them. You know, this is made weirder by the fact that both Shy Lily and Sinder are co-owners of a company, and this is how Cinder is
they're gonna
treating her.
ignore
Her competitiveness knew
the
no
co-owners,
bounds.
bro.
She would probably push a toddler off a bridge if it meant getting 100 extra viewers on Twitch, okay? Nano continues in the document saying, below I wanted to push back and make clear I was uncomfortable on being dragged into drama, and they responded by bringing up more drama and baseless claims.
Okay, we know, I remember for sure that's
It is ironic and crazy to me that I mentioned not wanting to be dragged into personal issues, only for them to on multiple occasions mention other people's alleged drama. So this is where things get real, because it's not Redacted doing the talking, it's Cinder directly. The DMs were from February 11th, 2025, so just a couple months ago, and it starts with Nano saying, Cinder, just wanted to say sorry for stepping back on the exclusivity deal. Wanted to apologize personally to you since I've only talked about
I
that
wish
with
we
Red,
saw the
but I just don't want to be
tweets of
dragged on any
exclusivity
personal
deal.
issues like that. After all, Blank is still a client, and it makes me anxious and kind of destroys my mental to do this kind of deal. Just wanted to let you know I still love working with you in Red, but I'll understand if things doesn't work out because of Blank. I just love my clients, that's all. 3 hours later, Cinder replies with, I get it, Nano, and it was unfair to push this on you, but it's just really confusing going back and forth about it. I just get compared to her a lot, even still today, and it's like I'm always living in someone's shadow, which is one reason why Redacted
thing. It's not even Red, and I'm not sure if like Red put the idea in her head, because he's the one who like watched for Silver Veil in chat for like, what was it? He's like 43 minutes. He's like, he saw she was in chat for 43 minutes and then she didn't say anything. So I don't know if he like imposes that or like they both think that together, but they're not in a shadow. They're not nobody's shadow. They're the fucking mountain at this point, okay?
More models for her. And when you said I understand if things don't work out, it makes me feel like you're okay with not working with me anymore, which hurts so much after all this time. I really appreciate you, Nano, and it's your decision.
They said not exclusivity. They didn't say we're not working with you anymore.
Nano continues in the DMs, replying with, I don't really see the point of keeping thinking about being compared to Blank. You're so much bigger already. You've done so much more.
Wow.
But I would never give Blank any priority over you.
Nano
also,
is actually
there's not even
based
any
for
model
that
for her
take.
being discussed. I just want to sleep clear-minded. Also, I'm fine not doing her models, but at least Gamersup's art stuff would be fine with me. I don't want to be 100% an asshole to her, that's all. And Cinder replies with, it's not me, but other people's opinions of this, and I'm just trying to not get involved.
Isn't that interesting that it's the exact same thing Red said?
Any drama that other people want to talk about comparing us. But I understand where you're coming from, Nano. There's no hard feelings. And Nano says, sorry about this. My mental is just
really
a bit
hard
weak.
feelings.
Cinder says, same girl. To which Nano says, I'm sorry for bringing this to
okay,
you.
that's 100,000,000,000% guilt tripping right there. After how she phrased it, where it's like, I guess we just won't work together forever, when it was just, I'm not doing the exclusivity deal. Guess we'll never ever work again. You'll never see us. We're gonna be two. We're at the train station now, and I'm putting my hand on the window as I'm watching you as the train roll our way, seeing you. They stand there looking at me in the rain. And then he's like, hey, you know, my mental's been my mental's fucked up for shit like that. It's like, my mental's also fucked up because you didn't take the exclusivity deal.
Like, then replies with, I want you to get that money. The whole situation is just kind of sucky. I want to just get along.
I want you to get that now. It's flipped. Okay, so Red saying in the big dog saying, I'm not a manipulator. If I wanted to manipulate Nano, I would just say, hey, Nano, do a thing. That's not how manipulation works. If you could see this conversation, this doesn't flow like a normal conversation. This doesn't flow like a normal conversation at all. It's, response to, let's go back here. Let's go back. We'll do a little thing.
Then Nano says, I want you to same girl. And Nano says,
okay. Which I understand it didn't work out, which makes you feel like you're okay with not working with me anymore. Again, it's not going to say I'm not working with you anymore. It's saying I'm not going to take the exclusivity deal. But then flip to, that hurts me. Flip, but I really, really appreciate you. But flip again, it's your decision who you ultimately work with. Flip, this is how I've been feeling. And then see a point of being a bigger already, all that stuff completely skips over all of that being bigger or anything, any of that logic, and says it's not me, other people's opinions of us, which you cannot defeat other people's opinions. You can never do. You will never, ever, 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 ever stop people comparing you to someone else if they want to. It's just impossible. It's an impossible task. You can't do it. Okay. But this is the thing it's hinged on. I'm just trying to not get involved in any drama that people want to talk about comparing us, which what drama, it's just, I don't think people talking about comparing someone to someone else is drama. Like, that's ridiculous. That's like an offhanded glub shitto comment. But I understand where you're coming from, Nano. There's no hard feelings. Again, calling up to the thing. It's your decision. It's my mental's been tough a week, which seems like a normal thing to say based on the conversation. It's like, oh, no hard feelings. And then I'm sorry, it's been a rough week. And then it's, same girl. I've also had a bad mental. And then it's, I'm so sorry for bringing this to you. Completely flip from the emotional thing, the emotions weren't working. It wasn't working. The emotional thing to make someone feel bad or make someone feel, we don't even have to say like make someone feel bad. I'm trying not to use the word guilt trippy either, or the phrase guilt trippy. Instead of that, it's now, I just wanted you to get that money anyway. That was the real thing, the money, not my feelings or not me being bad. See, do you understand how this just feels? This is not Cinder talking from a place of, this is how I feel about the exclusivity deal falling down. Oh, it's no hard feelings or whatever. Talk about something else. It's, my mental's been bad. And also, but I want you to get that money. This whole situation's sucky. I just want to get along. Again, they're getting along. They just said no to an exclusivity deal. Like, what the fuck? Oh my God, they're so fucking crazy. They're so fucking crazy, which is, people can watch them. It's fine. They're back. I don't care. I really don't care. But this is crazy behavior, bro.
Same girl, to which Nano says, I'm sorry for bringing this to you. Cinder then replies with, I want you to get that money.
If people can see and use this as like a billboard for like how manipulation happens, I think that will improve everyone. For the people who see that this isn't manipulation, I'm worried for, okay? I'm worried. That's like things are gonna get, like, I'm worried about them.
The whole situation is just kind of sucky. I want to just get along. And then Nano specifies that the phrase that she said, I understand if things didn't work out, meant that it would be mostly if you,
if you mostly hate me.
List. To which Cinder reassures her, saying, I would never hate you. And Nano,
but we've done again. I would never hate you, but we're never working again. I just want to get along. Like, again, like, it's all Nanolist. Nanolist is the one driving it. Nanolist is the one making me feel this way. Nanolist is the one giving me a hard week. I just wanted to give you just money. That's all I wanted to do, was be nice and just give you money. And how could I ever hate you? Like, this is
thank you and
fucking
saying,
bullshit.
I'm just an insecure bitch. Cinder ends this conversation by saying, I love everything we've done together and I want to keep doing more. People saying
Cinder, you should have said same, because you an insecure
saying, justifying their behavior by stating they are simply looking out for me when none of this has anything to do with me to begin with, and manipulating me into being grateful for earning well thanks to them despite the loss of work from long-time returning clients and new clients. As you can see, this is already a handful and we're barely halfway through this document.
Well, Nanolist did lie. Nanolist kept information. Nanolist misled the public.
Another example of going after other clients of mine from before, claiming that having more clients alongside them makes my work less special, with the recurrence of it's just business.
Fucking manipulation.
That working with her is special for multiple reasons, and that I risk losing
an actual human being would respond in different ways, and the flow would be different.
Reasoning and need of working with other clients due to the nature of my work, solely focused on their issues. I would also like to note again that this screenshot is one of many occasions that indicate that Red speaks on Cinder's behalf. I was originally concerned with everything going through Red that it may not have been 100% of Cinder's feelings or wants. I messaged her about it to make sure that he spoke on her behalf and confirmed with both of them this was the case. So this is it. Some people read only the first few pages of the document and concluded, wait, this isn't Cinder, this is just her manager. He's probably speaking on her behalf and she has no idea. Well, this right here confirms, no, not only was she aware of what he was saying, but she fully agreed with everything her manager said. These DMs date back to November of 2023, and it's Nano starting off the conversation saying, hey Cinder, hope you're doing okay. I talked with Red and I believe he talked to you already, and I thought it would be best if I just check here personally. Actually, I wanted to know better your thoughts because Red tried to talk talk to me and I think I misunderstood things. To which Sinder says, I'm doing good, what's up, Nano? Nano then says, oh, it's mostly about this. And it's a screen cap of what Red said in their DM saying, not to discredit any of your work because everything you work on is the top of the line incredible, but when everyone's a Nano baby, it feels less
That's
special
silly
to be one,
to go for it, dude. You're like running to the other
feeling from gamer subs lately
jailer,
too. To
bro,
which Nano says,
trying to
I thought on
flip on
canceling
them.
some models because of it, but then I realized it's not really fair to me. To which Sinder replies with, I understand what he means, but
okay,
at the
that's
end of
kind
the
of
day,
manipulative. That's not really fair to
just
me.
Business.
I mean, that's okay. I'm gonna be fair. I'll be fair. Though canceling some models because of it, but them, assume then, I realize it's not really fair to me. What they could have just said was, I don't agree with this, or this, you know, I don't really, this doesn't really fly, or, you know, I don't feel this way. You know, so that's still kind of, it's not fair to me when it's just, it's like she's tattling to mommy about daddy. Like,
bro, what is this, the mafia? Pointing a gun at your head and before shooting you saying it's nothing personal, it's just business? What the hell is this?
I mean, it is business, but that's the problem, is that it feels like they read like a business book on like art, and they're applying some other set of rules to this stuff. It feels like they're applying it incorrectly. Again, like I talked with trying to turn the art into NFTs.
And continues, of course we love working with you and want to keep working together.
That the value of something is based on the market value, the resale value. People aren't reselling these models.
Being one of your very first model babies was so amazing. I was happy to be able to find someone to help you with live 2D cutting to improve your skills.
This out of nowhere, here we go. This gentleman, if you watch the thing, but if you prefer to work with other clients instead of me, I know it's for a reason to help you grow and not because you don't like me. Completely flip. Like, could have been good there. Would have been good. Understand. Boom. Done. Now, being one of your very first model babies was so amazing. I was able to, like,
and I think that's a big part of why I love the 1.0
like,
model and then started asking you for them. I can have Redacted send you a list of our plans
again,
for the
people
future
who think this isn't manipulation, I'm worried for, bro. Be careful,
that way I have
everybody.
Time to look for
Be
someone
careful.
Else if you don't have time for my projects or don't want to
trust
do them.
everyone.
It feels special to only have your model art for all my outfits, but just let me know if you don't have time for me to be an exclusive Nano art baby anymore. Nano then replies with, it's no personal
so is this
reason.
out of order?
I would never do something like this to you or anyone, but yeah.
I think it was. I think that's one of the critiques, is that this was
and I
out of
like
order.
working on different projects and people. I never ever said I don't want to work with you anymore. I told Red that even though I have my other works, I will always have a way to get you a priority spot when possible. You'll always be my special baby. Cinder replies with, I also think it's important for you to work on projects that you're excited about. So I'll go through my plans with Red and send you our ideas to see if it's possible with your schedule. I know he can be a little pushy sometimes, but it's because he's just doing business for me to grow too, and he absolutely loves your work just as much as I do. Nano says it's okay. We'll update you guys ASAP, and Cinder says sounds good to me. Nano continues in the document saying, Red tries to make it look like they never meant for it to appear like they wanted me to be exclusive by framing it as something I wanted, while immediately doubling down on the fact that me working with more people makes my work less special and no longer unique, as if every design is just a Cinder clone. These are DMs also from November 2023 between Nano and Redacted, in which Nano says,
Cinder
so it's about working with Cinder. My friends told me it's a bit unfair for me to stop working other models, so I do more for Cinder, which I agree with.
I don't know where
I'm a
that
free
comment
artist,
came
and I should do
from.
whatever I want to do. I don't want
I think
to take sides
again
on
the
any drama
idea
or
is like
situations.
it
I still
devalues
will
it.
always
That's
have a
what
way to
Red
have
would
open
say.
slots for Cinder, but I won't be having her as my only customer. Redacted says, I agree, you're a free artist and you should do what you want, but I was under the impression that taking on more Cinder work is what you wanted to do. I didn't think it was like we were making you do that. Nano then says, guess we got a misunderstanding on both sides.
No one can make
it's more about
you can't make anyone do anything over Discord.
The initial message from Redacted in which he was like, yeah, not to discredit your work or anything, but whenever you work with other clients, it makes your work less special, right? To which Redacted says, oh, I see. I mean, what I said is still true about how we feel, but I wasn't saying you had to only do Cinder work from now on. Bro, what the hell is this, man? He then continues, that's with anything though, not just your work. If you have something special and then everyone wants and gets that thing, it makes it less special. I'm sorry you were under the impression we were trying to make you only do work for us. I will keep things more business talk and less emotional. Well, just let me know how this will affect your schedule so I can tell Cinder after. Sorry for the stress, Nano. To which she replies with, but every single model I do is unique and I make them special in their way. It's not like I'm selling Cinder to everyone. Please don't feel this way. Redacted then says, no, I
don't know where they get the idea about that. Is that I'm selling
ends this
Cinder to
conversation with,
everyone.
I'm sorry I made
Selling
you both
Cinder
feel this way
clones.
too.
No, it's
So
just
textbook
making it.
manipulation,
It's
textbook
diversifying.
gaslighting, textbook backstabbing. I mean, is there anything here that doesn't scream manipulation to you? Reading through these DMs, I feel very sorry for Nano. She clearly loves to make art and is so conflicted here because she values Cinder as a friend
Nano
and client,
is
but at
a
the same time,
manipulative
her gut feeling tells her something's
little
wrong.
person
These are very
too.
unreasonable
Shit.
demands. Anyway, the document continues.
like,
it's simply
in a vacuum.
business. Normalizing their behavior once again by stating that it's simply business to sabotage other VTubers' careers and not work with them and focus on Cinder instead. This is again from November 2023, in which Redacted says, "It's okay, Nano. You're just making a living and making a name for yourself, and I can't blame you for accepting work from other big names in the industry and having very desirable talent. If you end up filling your model schedule again like it was, let me know. We'll have to replan some things depending on that." Nano replies,
did I already
"Thank
hit
you for
the
understanding my
max?
side. We're all trying to have our names somewhere. Just don't take this
Did I
personal
hit the
or
max
anything.
of
I still love
tapes?
working with you
I
guys,
didn't
and
even
again apologize for
farm
the
that
trouble
much
on your
this fucking
plans.
week.
I'll
Did
still
they
revisit
lower
my
it?
list and see what I got." He then says, "Business is business. If you want to go through
What
the
the
projects
fuck?
we talked about and let me know which ones you'd want to do too." Later on, Redacted replies to another message from Nano in which he says, "I don't want to take any sides on any drama or situation." And he says, "Is this about blank model Nano?" Nano says,
Yep.
"Yeah, I want to take it, but I don't want to disrespect Cinder. I just want to do pretty models, no hurt feelings." Redacted then says, "Business is business," to which Nano replies with a crying emoji. Redacted replies with, "Nano, you're a freelance artist and blank is a longtime client, so it makes sense to continue doing work for her. I understand the logistics of it. At the end of the
Nano's
day,
kind
you
of
need to
being
do
a
what's
little
best for you."
crybaby
Nano replies with, "I really
baby.
appreciate for understanding my side. I do understand your side too, but sadly it's something between you two, not me. I shouldn't get involved in this fight. I just go art." Brr.
What?
Redacted
Wait,
then
what would you
says,
say
"Right,
it's
I know.
fart?
I just didn't think our conversation sounded like I was trying to make you not work with her on a model, like blank specifically." Nano then says,
No,
"Maybe I just
you
considered the
can't
situation
make
too
anyone.
much. My mistake for thinking this way." And he says, "It's
Oh my
okay."
God,
Then Nano
no.
says, "But are we good for real? This feels like a weird breakup. I'm stressing." And Redacted says,
Yeah,
"Me and
because
you are
she-
good, but I still have to
Dude.
tell."
Because she was like, it'll never work. I feel like we'll never work again. Like, Cinder was the one that made it feel like a breakup, bro. Cinder was the one that made it feel like a breakup. Jeez Louise. 1 second. Okay.
all this to Cinder, it'll be fine. Don't
Back
worry. I
again.
think she's still sleeping. So it's just a constant back and forth. It's very exhausting to talk to people like this because in 2023, they made her think that by taking on other clients, her art meant less. Then when she confronted them about it, they were like, oh, we never meant that. We just want you to work on Cinder's models. Do what you got to do. But then we saw very recent DMs
Do what
from
you gotta do,
2025 as well
man.
as 2024 in which they were telling her, do not work on models for these people in particular. This just keeps
Again,
getting
that
worse
was
and
part of the
worse. Nano continues
exclusivity
the
deal.
document saying,
And
damage
they
control,
said
making
no,
sure none
not
of
to
this
do
reaches
the
the other VTubers
exclusivity
and is
deal.
all kept hush hush, while also providing proof that they know what they do is ill-intended and
Whoa,
should not
why
get
did my
out, as it
fucking
would cause
frame rate
issues
hit
for
the
Cinder's career
toilet,
to be
bro?
painted in this light. Note that the uncalled shot at VTuber 1 is even spoilered, a hidden message in Discord, so it wouldn't accidentally be leaked. This was from the same day in November 2023. A lot was revealed that day. Nano says, I try to be transparent as much as possible. I think it's more fair for both sides this way. And Redacted says, you didn't tell Blank you canceled because of Cinder, did you? And Nano said, no. I told all of them it was health issues. I would never blame anyone besides Blank. Redacted then says, lol, we never want to make you feel like we're making you or forcing you to work on / not work on something.
That's the thing, we don't
especially if
want
it's
to make you
something
feel
want
like you're
to
not
/
making
don't
you.
want to do. In our
You can't, but
conversation
you
the
just
other day,
said,
doesn't
I can't
mean to
make
convince
you.
of only doing Cinder work. Again, sorry that it sounded
It's
to you like I was telling you
so-
to do only Cinder work. I'll message you later. So ever since 2023, Redacted and Cinder have been obsessed with just this
fucking
one
Hostess
VTuber,
cupcake.
always tracking what she's doing and not wanting her to hire Nanolist no matter what. Here you can see Redacted saying, well, let's see if Blank wants a Nano model or not, and hope Blank finds someone else. Nano continues in the document saying the constant obsession with VTuber 1 and claiming that she's asking for it by causing this unspoken competition, which
The
is coming from
obsession
absolutely no
with
other source than Cinder herself.
similarity.
So Cinder was
This
convinced
obsession
this
with,
VTuber was competing
I'm
with
in
her
the
directly and
shadow,
wanted to
other
steal
people
her
compete.
thunder. It's censored in this document, but we'll later find out who this is because she
Have we
also
ever had
made
a
her
VTuber
own
like
document.
steal
Yeah, we're gonna be here
someone's
for a
thunder,
while.
like
Nano's
completely
document
eat their
ends with
entire fan
around
base
3 or
when the
4
VTuber
screenshots
doesn't
showing
like
this
collapse
absolute
themselves?
obsession with this VTuber and the unhinged thought process that Redacted and Cinder
I
had
don't think so.
towards them. This is Redacted saying, I think it's more like wanting her to recognize Cinder, even though it literally doesn't matter. I feel like there's this unspoken competition between them, like they need to one-up each other because blank can't get along. But I also understand her point of view. The new VTuber who people say looks, sounds, and acts like you becomes just as successful as you in a year. If she did recognize Cinder as an equal or a friend, then I would be like she's endorsing her copy. Or like I've seen some people say,
I already know who they're talking about now.
Of the same audience too. Like at the end of the day, it isn't just about how much we make.
That's fine. They can share the same audience.
Hey, Cinder is a big VTuber too. She got there on her own merits, just like you did.
That would not be enough.
And the marketing
that would not be enough. You would want them cooked if you could.
She's watching and will
Red,
take from.
If you were handed,
oh my god! You know the
shit to
spinning
completely obliterate Silvervale
was announced on Wednesday. No spinning.
You would 100,000% do it. You would post it before you even looked at it, bro.
Exclamation mark figure right next to it. Blank streams yesterday. First stream since Cinder debut. Guess what? Spinning figure with exclamation mark figure next to it. Now this might seem confusing, but we were just talking about VTuber 1. But there was another VTuber that both Cinder and Redacted were obsessed with, a Cerberus pup VTuber. Here we have Redacted talking about her mid-conversation, accusing her of copying Cinder every chance she got, saying, then like a month later unfollowed her on Twitter and started taking her ideas, Cinder's ideas, like the flames, and now she's basically rebranded to more of a fire Cerberus, using fire emojis all the time, shaking my head. Never did that before. It's funny because she used to call herself a hellhound, but
pretty sure she contradicts herself, or she goes, they go back on this in the 1000
or whatever
page.
her lore says she is, I don't know. Nano says the unfollow is weird, and then Redacted says, yeah, so it's like there was also unprovoked tweets.
Bro, pretending like you didn't read every single part of the fucking lore. There's no way. There's no way you were like, you watched Silver Veil in chat for 3 minutes and you did not fucking read every page of fucking Spite's lore. You fucking like spell check that shit yourself.
From her, like, I didn't copy anyone else for my design is all me, this is who I am. Like, huh? Who are you saying that to? Then he continues and says, oh, lol, on random Cinder clips on YouTube, there was one dedicated blank fan or someone she knew, I don't know, that would comment on these clips saying like, when are you going to clip blank? Only on Cinder clips. Nano ends this document by saying, I'd like to highlight the irony of expecting to be entitled to recognition for her own efforts and size when her own active efforts are tied to sabotaging this very same VTuber. Also feeling entitled and insisting to be recognized.
Just want you to recognize.
Thanks for taking the time to read through everything. I hope everything makes sense and everyone who has been hurt, manipulated, or sabotaged by her will find closure. So look, this whole idea of, oh my god, this VTuber's copying me or whatever, this isn't the first time we see it in the VTuber space. It happens more often than anyone would like to. But Cinder, as well as Redacted, were taking it to a whole other level. They weren't just concerned by someone copying them, they were obsessed. And they were dragging their artist who has been loyal to them into this mess as well. It was a very, very bad look. Some people were analyzing some of the DMs between Cinder and Nano.
Okay, I'm gonna be real
part right here, where she says being one of the very first model babies was so.
It is kind of soy. It's kind of fucking soy of Mujin. Like, you know, he's great. I watch his videos. Good background noise. I think it's kind of soy of him to take like this hard stance. And then take like you make up your own mind in the 1K. That's the thing that's driving me crazy with the 1K is people just either just watch it or read it or just be like, oh no,
I was happy to be able to find someone to help you with live 2D cutting to improve your skills. And I think that's a big part why everyone loved the 1.0 model and then started asking you for them. Made people think like, wait, what are you saying here? Are you saying your skill is thanks to me because I found someone that can help your live 2D cutting? And the reason everyone even started to look for you is because they loved my model first? It seemed like Cinder believed Nanolis owed her for the success, that she would be a nobody if it wasn't for Cinder. What a very weird attitude to have. Additionally, here's a screenshot of all the models that Nanolis worked on. Oh my god, I have to censor that. Dude, her boobs are literally out of the outfit. What? Anyway, as you can see, they don't look the same at all. They're all very special and all have their unique traits. This idea that the more models she worked on would
there's two Snuffy ones?
As an artist was a ridiculous claim to make, and everyone can see that now. But speaking of everyone, what about her close friends that she backstabbed so shamelessly? What was their reaction? Well, Cottontail was one of the people mentioned in that document that both Cinder and her manager were trying to keep away from Nano, even though they were friends, in which Redacted says, you don't work with Bao, Cotton, or Blank at all again. She tweeted this, saying, this made my stomach drop to read. It makes me very sad to have things come out.
People really like harp on this being like them being it's you know, it is business and she's doing, or they're reacting fast, or they're reacting Like, just like they're trying to burn her down. No, they're reacting like if you had a really close friend that fucking, why won't this guy die? He's like stuck in a thing. Get down here, fucker. They're reacting like they're reacting emotionally. Like it's, if I had a friend that acted like this, holy shit, would I be fucking pissed at them? Would I want to emotionally burn them too? Like, this is a normal fucking reaction for someone who you thought was close, someone you thought would trust. Imagine everyone who says that, you know, they're overreacting. Like, imagine if your friend you've had for 10 years completely screws you out of a business deal that could have, like, improved your life. And then you find out they were trash talking you behind the scenes the entire time. Like, wouldn't you be a little fucking obsessed? I doubt anybody would be like, well, it's just the game. It's just what you do.
Like this, sending Nano and Bao so much love. I mean, I can't even imagine thinking that someone is my friend and they're out there in DMs getting their manager to gatekeep an artist from me because they think I'm a threat to them. But of course, Cottontail was far from being the only one affected here. 5 minutes after Nano released her document, Bao quote tweeted
in the marketplace of ideas, of course,
someone I thought was a friend with her own Google document. Now look, many friends of Sinder were involved in this, but Bao was more involved than most because this didn't just concern Nano.
So Bao stuff is going to be what some of this research is for. So the Bao stuff, I want to pay close attention to the Bao stuff.
Editors as well as animators. So here's what Bao had to say in her document, saying, "Hello, this is Bao. I will only speak to what Nanolist has decided to share with the public and the messages that directly mention me by name. I would like to kindly ask everyone to refrain from turning this into a witch hunt and remember that we are still humans at the end of the day. Before I start, I want to point out why I'm addressing both
Cinder
and
you said this and then you like went on stream like super crying though. Like, I mean, do you not think your fan base would be upset with that?
Who was close to and worked with Cinder for years, I have
you're emotional or whatever. Okay, that sounds bad. If you're an emotional woman, you should just shut up and cry in the shower.
I don't feel that way. Were both known about and approved of by Cinder. In March 2024, I announced that one of my subathon goals was a Live 2D model. This right here is the tweet of her announcement. If she reaches 10,000 subs, she's going to commission a new sexy mommy Live 2D model. That's what she's referring to. She then continues, Nanolist was going to be the Live 2D illustrator. After she finished both the design and base model sketch, there was suddenly back and forth on whether or not she had the physical and mental capacity to continue my model. I was very sad as I had not only teased a screenshot of the model sketch on Twitter, but I had grown very attached to the design and showed it to all my friends in a private group chat that Cinder was a part of. I shared how devastated I was and she did not comment or say anything despite others in the group chat comforting and reassuring me. I now realize that the reason for her silence was because Cinder and Redacted were deliberately sabotaging ongoing commissions and blocking VTubers such as myself from having access to art from Nanolist. She then shows us the same screenshots that were in Nano's document, in which we now know that Bao, Cotton, as well as other VTubers were directly targeted by both Redacted and Cinder. Bao then continues in her document and says, Nanolist asks Redacted on why he is encouraging her to not finish my model. Redacted then lists my name amongst various VTubers as well as the vendettas Cinder and Redacted harbor against each. She then lists all these reasons that they were targeting Bao. The first one being, Bao has been getting on our nerves for a while. The second, she hijacked our YouTube editor. The third, constantly picking up artists that we work with. The fourth, now she's barking up the tree of one of our Live 2D animators. And the fifth, has a way of guilt tripping others
barking
to get
up the
way.
tree.
This is what Redacted lists as reasons why Nanolist should cancel her ongoing Live 2D commission with me, all the while continuing to collaborate with me and pretending to be my friend. This is not what
do I want to stay awake until the
friends out of business opportunities. Friends do not spread lies to fuel selfish narratives. Friends do not use the private information they get from the privilege of being close friends just to use it to manipulate others. If stepping on your friends and abusing your power and connections is how you get to the top, then I hope you realize no one will be left when you get there. She then links another screenshot we saw in Nano's document of Redacted asking, did you cancel the models? And then says more screenshots of them urging Nanolist to cancel the ongoing Live 2D commission with me, even mentioning how excited I was about it when I showed them the design during Cinder and I's concert at WeebCon in 2024. That is so scummy. Again, this is a screenshot that we saw in Nano's document. So then Bao
Again,
mentioned
Soy
something that happened
Mugen
in
took
this
such a strong
conversation
stance with
between
this
Nano
one, and then took a
in which
very
Redacted was
blasé
urging him to
stance
cancel
for
the
the
model
last
with
one.
Bao,
for
and
the
Nano
next one.
saying, I can give her the design for free as an apology gift.
I want
Redacted then
to
said, I wouldn't offer it for free, maybe half price if she starts shit, lol. And Bao quotes that sentence of Redacted and says, I don't know what I have ever done to either Redacted or Sinder to deserve this level of vitriol towards me. I don't remember having any issue or any problem that couldn't have been solved by talking. So yeah, this is really, really screwed up, obviously. I mean, anyone can tell, right? It's like Bao murdered one of their family members and got away with it. Like, what did she do, man? Anyone who's ever worked with her has said nothing but good things about her. Out of all her friends, she decided to target the person who is probably the nicest out of all of them. Anyway, Bao continues saying, regarding the messages where Cinder and Redacted openly
she can do a little trolling on Twitter, that's for sure.
Video animator, as well as any artist they have worked with, she attaches an image that shows an email between her and Kaiser, their YouTube editor, in which she says, Hi Kaiser, nice to meet you. I was just watching your stream highlight from me and Cinder's collab, and I really loved your editing style and humor. I was curious if I could request a video edit from you every now and then if you have any availability. My username is Bao on Discord if you want to chit chat more there. Thanks again. And Kaiser says, Hi Bao, I'd love to edit a video for you. I just sent a friend request on Discord. Bao continues in the document saying she hijacked our YouTube editor. Their YouTube editor, Kaiser, is a mutual YouTube channel editor for myself and Cinder. My channel manager, June, and I asked Kaiser for one stream highlight per month as we are aware of his extensive position as Cinder's channel manager. I made a point to note this in my inquiry email to him in 2023.
My mixer's being
She then shows
weird.
a screenshot of a call that lasted 5 hours and says, on March 20th, I started a group Discord call that lasted 5 hours to hang out with my editors. In this group call, Kaiser shared with us that he was afraid to ask Cinder for a raise because he initially turned down an exclusivity deal as a friend to both Cinder and Kaiser. I encouraged him to take the deal and reassured him that it would not change our friendship, as I would never want someone I care about to miss an opportunity, even if it meant I would lose him as an editor. The other editors who were in the call can corroborate this. I'm sharing this context because there are no words to describe the hurt and betrayal I feel now, knowing that on the other side of this conversation, Cinder and Redacted were actively portraying me as a thief and a detriment to their business. I've only ever supported them in their activities and never once thought that I had somehow gotten on their nerves. She then quotes what Redacted said in the DMs with Nano, a sentence that said, Bao had original songs last year that had music videos by her editor and the songs flopped. Bao then says, I'm in shock and disbelief that this is the narrative they decided I deserved, saying that I harbored an invisible jealousy because my songs flopped made me feel sick to my stomach. In late 2024, I was dealing with debilitating TMJ pain that resulted in me having to drain fluid from my jaw joint to open my mouth properly. They both knew this. I have always wanted my friends to succeed alongside me, and I don't know how they could say these things while simultaneously weaponizing my most vulnerable moments against me. I mean, at this point, no comment, right? Like, no comment. This is disgusting. For years, they were trying to backstab her as hard as they could. She had no idea. She thought they were friends. So this was her clearing up the whole idea that she stole their editor. She did nothing of the sort. But then there was the topic of her animator. So here she quotes the sentence that Redacted had told Nanolis, which is, we're 99% sure she told him, Sacramore, her animator, not to do any more with us, referring to the Boss Rush music videos. And these screenshots were in Nano's initial document. Bao says, in these messages, Cinder and Redacted are referring to my animator, Sacramore, whom I have been working with since 2023. She proves this by showing DMs
why am I sliding? No, EOS is moving
Bao
me.
saying, hi, I'm going to bed, but give me your rates and turnaround time for a video like the Bao Experience one. Me and my editors loved it, and Sac said, yo, all good. Then she continues, in 2024, Sac asked me if he could go completely exclusive for me and work for me in-house with no credit in order for him to be able to quietly work on his personal projects and brand without having VTubers ask him for more commission work. I was happy to accept. I want to reiterate that this was Sac's decision and no one else's. Then she says, here is proof of Sac mentioning his wishes to be my in-house animator directly to my channel manager June back in December 2024, refuting Redacted's claims that I locked him up due to Boss Rush's success. These DMs between Sac and June, her channel editor, have Sac asking, yo, is it fine if going forward I don't be credited in video descriptions? To which June says, okay. Sac then says, thank you. I'd rather just be more an in-house type of thing for Bao after this blank thing is done. It's the last commission I ever do for anyone besides Bao, and want to make a name for myself through my own content and not really my work for others next year. So again,
so she
Bao
does
showed
show
up with the proof,
this.
and she's
Okay,
showing us
I
how
was
delusional Redacted and Cinder were. Bao then ends this by asking, why aren't you solving this privately? And then replies, if you look at the timeline of events from Nano's document, some of those messages date back
their
years.
weapon was
I found
being
out about
private.
This less than 48 hours ago, and they did not give me common
they
courtesy of talking to me
maneuvered
privately
in
about
the
this over those
privacy.
years. My thoughts, feelings, my most vulnerable, darkest moments that I shared in confidence with people I thought would be by my side years and years from now may have been used as information to ruin my chances to have the same
may have been. Yeah, I don't know if you can.
And I don't know how
Yeah,
it
I
can
don't
ever
know.
be the
I mean,
same
being
after this. I
shitty.
would like to ask the community to refrain
I
from
don't know
spreading any
if it
harmful
ruins.
speculation.
That's a
Everything shared in
little
this document was done so with the express permission of those who shared it with me. I made this document with the
It could
intent
have
to refute
ruined
the
my
claims made
career.
about
I
me.
mean, that's kind of
Thank you
being
for taking the time to
Cindery-esque.
read this. Yeah, what a roller coaster, right? And I
Like,
just feel
this
very
small
bad
little
for
guy
everyone
that
involved
living in the
this, of
shadow
course,
was the one
except Cinder
competing
and
with
Redacted,
me.
because this is a horror story. Imagine opening up to someone, thinking they're your friend, always thinking about what's
Yeah, I
best
mean,
for
again,
them
that's an
and not coming
emotional-
in their way. And then it turns
I-
out
I
that
would
not just
react
recently,
emotionally,
for
too, if this
years, ever
happened.
since you knew them, they've only had negative things to say about you privately.
Even if it's someone
That
I
is
thought was in,
wild,
like,
and that,
friendly
of course, will
competition with,
traumatize a person.
which-
It's crazy. The VTuber Sane compiled all the different collabs and things that both Bao and Cinder worked on to really show how much of a terrible person she was talking like this behind her back. The song
See,
used in the
Mugen
video is a
speaks
song
fucking
from Cinder, I'm pretty
soy.
sure, so I'm gonna mute that
Mugen
just in
speaks
case she wants to
soy.
copyright
What a
me.
fucking
Here you
terrible
go, look at
person
this.
they are. And then the
They collabed
oh my
so many
God.
different times and met up IRL so many times too. Like, look at this tweet from Bao. Love you, Cinder. The fact that this is your first shot at anything musically is incredible, and I can't wait to see where you go from here. That's my girl. Like, this is insane. The people who were mentioned in Bao's document made sure to confirm publicly that what she was saying was true. Her channel manager June quote tweeted the document Bao posted and said, "Hello, I'm Bao's channel manager, and yes, I was there in the call with Kaiser, Bao, and Sack."
See,
and
okay,
Bao
so I
encouraged
did
Kaiser
kind
to
of
take the
remember
raise.
this.
It was definitely something she
Alright.
thought would be best for him. Bao supported any opportunity or anything that Kaiser would choose to go. Sack, who is her animator,
Again, it's like
also
backed up.
quote tweeted
They
the
did
document
not.
Bao posted
They
and said, "Feel free to
Red
read if you
did
want. Go
not
show love and
fucking
support to both
post
Nano and Bao,
anything.
though," and linked a Google document that recounted
Just
his
said
experiences
so.
in
Oh,
this
I think
entire
that's what's happened. It's the speculation
Sack starts
section.
this document
The
off
birth
with,
of the
"This is going to
speculation
be very
section,
unorganized, but I'll
motherfucker."
try and keep this brief since I don't really think that they, Red specifically, deserve any more of my attention after hearing what they have said about me and also how working with them was." So he specifies again that he wanted to go anonymous and in-house, not because Bao forced him to, but because he wanted to. He wanted to focus on his own channel while not worrying about having to be commissioned by other people. Then he addresses what Redacted told Nanoless about him, where he says her editor met us at TwitchCon and was saying that he'd love to work with us, practically jumping through hoops to get something planned.
How do I do that?
Sack
I haven't
says,
played
when me and
the
Cinder
regular
initially
anime so
discussed
long,
working on a
it's like
music video
the-
project at TwitchCon, everything was fine and friendly. However, the part that is stated as practically jumped through hoops is, well, a bit of an overstatement to say the least, since they had asked me a significant amount of times trying to get me to work with them after I told them no multiple times, and I only said yes because they offered double pay. So in this DM, you can see in September, Redacted reaching out to Sack asking, "You wouldn't happen to be available for a music video in a week or two, would you?" And Sack saying, "No, I'm completely full every day this month and earliest I could do is November 9th. Sack really tried to make it work but couldn't find any slots in his schedule. Redacted would continue asking questions. How long does it take you to make a music video? What do you need? And even
What the
with Sack
fuck,
saying
dude?
multiple times, "I
It's
really
so-
can't, I'd love to, but I just can't." He says things like, "Okay, thanks though,
Boom,
Sack.
boom,
You're
boom,
missing out
boom,
on a
boom.
good one."
Yeah,
Bro,
this is-
He stated he wants to, but just can't.
This is
Redacted then keeps
again.
messaging
This
Sack,
is
talking to him
all
about
in
project
private.
specifics,
This is
asking him how long
privacy
things
is
will
their
take him,
weapon.
and seeing when he's free. And then on the 12th of November 2024, Redacted messages Sack
I mean,
saying, "Are you
ultimately,
available?
too,
Sorry for getting
all
back
of
to you
this,
so
like,
late."
nothing
Sack says,
really
"All good. I'm
changed
still
about
100%
any
down to do it. I would be able to start
person.
like the first or second week of December for like mid-December release.
Fuck,
Is
I
that
forget
okay?" And
how to
Redacted
play
says,
regular
"We were hoping
ambi.
end of November
It's like-
release," to which Sack says, "Oh yeah, that will be impossible for me."
Up,
Sack then specifies, "Like I said, I'm still
okay,
super
that's
down
how I
to
do
do
that,
it and
but
really
there's
hope
like
to be
the
able to work with
wait.
Cinder on the video, but my schedule is always super packed / fully planned weeks and months
Fuck,
ahead without
I
much
don't
wiggle
remember.
room, so just let me know what y'all would like to do or feeling." And then Redacted says, "What if we pay you double?" Sack then says blank
Okay.
and I'll cook, to which Redacted
I mean, that's
says, "You can
fine.
send the invoice to blank whenever, we'll get it paid ASAP." Sack then continues in the document
that's
saying,
not-
"Also,
that's
I'm
not
not sure what they're on
bad.
about with Bao not knowing about me working with them, since I asked Bao with Cinder and Red standing right next to me at TwitchCon if it was fine, since I had agreed to do all the Halloween album, but would probably
Well,
miss one of
again,
the songs, and she had
hearsay,
no
or,
problems
you
with
know,
it
statement,
at all."
statement,
So even though this
just
would
a
sacrifice the music
public
video
statement.
for one of Bao's songs in her album, she still said, "Yes, please go ahead." I mean, Cinder is her friend, as far as she knew, right? Then Sack goes on to detail his work experience with Cinder and Redacted, saying, "Also, the stream was pushed back for the reason of the video wasn't done yet. Song was going up at 2 p.m. if I remember. However,
how
this
he's
part
dashed
really
too
got under my
much.
skin due to the fact that it was just straight up not true, and if something goes wrong in the video production line, no matter who's at fault, the blame will always fall to the editor / animator pretty much every time. I'm still not sure why stream was pushed back. So it felt as if I was getting passive-aggressively blamed publicly on stream in front of thousands for the lateness really upset me, since the video was not late even under a very tight deadline where I did not even receive all the artwork until the 18th, the first first full master until the 19th, and was then asked to also make a teaser version as well
why are
as
we
an
talking this
ad
again
for the
just
end of
as
the video
to
for
show
their
that
merch
they
on the 21st,
weren't
which
right?
I was not informed of at all prior to planning. I also had skipped going home for Thanksgiving after having a family member pass to get this video done and rushed the hell out of it. Entire video was done from scratch in a little under 2 weeks, since there were quite a few both visual and audio assets I did not have at the time that even remotely resembled what the final product will sound like. So I felt like this was an attack on my work ethic, which is something I take quite a lot of pride in. I did not receive the merch assets until the 27th as well either. Even with revisions and all the extra trailers, the video was completed and delivered on time with enough time for YouTube to process the 4K version. There's probably more that I should clarify, since I'm aware this is unbelievably poorly organized, but I'm very tired and don't feel like giving any more energy to these people. If there's anybody who has questions for me, just send me a DM. So this clears up more things that were happening behind the scenes between Sack and Sinder as well as Redacted, shows us that Bao was nothing more than an amazing friend, and also, even though Sinder and Redacted fought so hard to get Sack over,
well, I mean, it could have been a friend, it's just the emotional responses they gave afterwards,
and still managed to make Sack look bad in front of their audience, even though he missed Thanksgiving just to get the video done on time. It's overall a terrible situation.
Can't fault
with
them
all these documents releasing, pressure was mounting very hard on Cinder, with people demanding answers. So many looked
they
up
all
to her
released
and
it when
loved
I
her
was
content
asleep.
purely because of how
when
warm
I was
and
asleep,
gentle and kind of a person she portrayed
looked
herself
at my
on
time
streams.
zone.
But now people were realizing this was nothing more than
because
an illusion.
the 4 hours in which I couldn't write another my shitty response faster made all the difference.
Represents me as a creator, my brand, or my intention.
This again,
sorry,
okay.
Everyone. I will make
so the people saying like saying, okay, Shy Lily went like, oh, I always knew, and it implies malice and stuff, and it's like, okay, yeah, it's an emotional response, or that's like an emotional strike back. And I think pretty much everyone Bao crying on stream. It's an emotional response. It's not, I don't know. It's not like the best in public. It's not the best optics or presentation. Her coming out an hour later saying my boyfriend or husband, but we didn't know at the time, was managing me, is no longer, and I'm throwing him under the bus, is an insane quick reaction. The others were like, oh man, I always knew you were bad. And this one's like, I fired him. He's gone. Like, what the fuck? You're crazy. And he's thrown under the bus here. He's thrown under the bus in the response. And then he's thrown under the bus. He throws himself under the bus in the 1000K doc. Like 12 times, bro.
Response when I'm
this guy is
so
just
I'm sure
fucking
you wouldn't be surprised when I tell you that this response left a lot to be desired. But then another VTuber pointed out something very interesting. Van Peaches replied to that tweet and said, I remember playing Phasmophobia with you and hearing Red chat away next to you before you first debuted like 4 years ago. You told me he was your boyfriend. Then before we met for TwitchCon, you switched up and said, just so you know, my manager is coming with me on this trip, as if I didn't know who he was. It's even ickier to read this tweet knowing he is your significant other and that you're probably going to try and avoid taking
introduces me to my manager, and it's him with like, it's Red with like a different hat.
So as everyone could have guessed, Redacted is her significant other. He's her boyfriend and he lives with her. She was fully aware of what he was doing and approved of it, and yet right now she was throwing him under the bus to try and save her career. When everyone knows this is nothing more than a desperate attempt to save her skin without facing any responsibility.
This is a really strong stance to take right out with the information we have.
Expose on who she is behind the scenes. And speaking of who she was behind the scenes, someone else came out with a document by the name of Rain on a topic that no one could have ever
I honestly
expected,
cannot fucking
saying,
remember the Tashi section in the 1000.
Cinder, content warning, cheating? Dude, this just keeps getting worse.
Why would you content warn cheating?
This goes back
like, well,
before Cinder was even a thing. This is about Tashi, her previous persona. Things were getting so spicy, my tongue isn't working anymore. The document starts off with, hello, thank you for taking the time to read this document. The events described in it happened about 4 to 5 years ago before the first Cinder debut. I understand there will be accusations of me clout chasing by revealing them. However, I wanted to corroborate Nanoliss's assertion that she is not who she appears to be on the surface, and confirm that no matter how much damage
I do appreciate that he does the
responsible as Redacted.
The blur.
The first section is titled The Beginning. Cinder and I met while she was still running her
It's like the slow roll, so you can't read ahead.
Which is why all the following screenshots screenshots will show her as Tashi rather than Sinder. And that
This
will come up
again,
late. At the
I don't
time,
know
she was
why we
only
need
starting
to.
her account
Just
in the
like
art-
before with the Miku, like, oh god, this plays in perfectly. I couldn't have planned this better. Just like it plays into the Miku thing, like going like this person, oh, it's he's an abuser. He beats women, and he is also racist. Same thing. It's this person is doing all this, or Cinder's doing all this kind of shitty stuff to her friends. And again, that's pretty much what it is. Shitty stuff to her friends. It's like, and also she cheated like years ago.
8K subscribers, and as a
Let's
bigger
keep
channel than her, she
throwing
couldn't wait to work
it
with someone as talented as me. This message dates back to May 2020 with Tashi saying, "You'll get there. It's
Dude.
still hard for me to believe that someone so talented like my
Cheated
voice
so many years ago.
Rain continues and
Just
says,
throw
"We
it
never
all
ended up
in.
actually making any content together. but that didn't
Nothing's
stop us from talking
unusable."
pretty much every day at the time, and eventually she found a new way to make me useful." The next section's titled, "Oh
This is what
dear."
the thing
Pretty
I
much
hate about
immediately
like
she
the
was
Roblox
flirting with me
dramas,
despite,
though,
as
is
you
that
can
it's
see,
literally just
having a
keep
boyfriend,
throwing,
and both of us
throwing
knowing
and
she had a
throwing and
boyfriend,
throwing and
including
everything.
regularly talking shit
Fucking
about him to
put
me
the
while telling
kitchen
me how great
sink
it would
in
be if I were
there.
to replace him. What the hell? He continues, "I understand that I'm
Yeah,
no
that's some
angel of
weird
this
shit.
myself, but hey, at least I can
Oh
be
fuck! I
honest
keep
about it."
forgetting I have to dodge
God,
this her.
anyway, here
I
are
keep
the
thinking
DMs.
she's like
It
Soldier
starts off with Rain
11.
saying, "Besides, you said it's hard when your boyfriend is far, far away. I'm not your boyfriend, am I?" To which Tashi says, "No, but how nice that would be. Your perfect boyfriend material, heart." Okay.
Red is
Rain then
not
continues,
perfect
"Oh,
boyfriend
so you
material.
wanna go at it
I
behind
would
his
not
back?
fuck
How
Red.
sneaky." And
I
then she
would
says,
not
"Hi,
date
honey. I've been
Red.
talking to this guy about how badly
I-
I want him to fuck me."
He is
Since
like
he wanted to buy a
personality-wise
flashlight instead
the
of giving me any
most
attention when I'm needy.
fucking whipped
What?
bitch ass
Right, that says,
motherfucker I've ever
"Fuck
seen
you, oof,
in
dude.
my entire
Literally, why
life.
would you even need a
No,
flashlight when
never
you have a
mind.
girlfriend?"
The
And then
fucking the guy in the Elfin
Tashi/Cinder
psyop
replies with,
situation
"He
is the
sent me a
most
screenshot a
fucking
couple weeks ago telling me he was
bitchless
getting one and had the nerve to use it in front of me to show me how great it
soy
was.
cook I've
Wow,
ever
yeah, it
seen.
must be great."
So it
Rain
can't
then
be Red.
says, "Yo,
Red
what the
second.
fuck? That's
Okay,
like me
Red
inviting
second.
you to a chatterbait room so you can watch me fuck
Who
someone
thinks
else
he's
in all the ways I
fucking
said I want to fuck you?"
Jordan,
Which replies with, "Isn't that great?"
Jordan
Rain
Belfort,
then says,
bro.
"I'm very slowly not
Thinks he's
feeling as
Jordan
bad for him about
Belfort.
all this, because it did honestly leave a bit of a bad taste in my mouth that all this was happening while you were taken. But then, yeah, that's a bit, Did you tell him that was fucked up and hurtful to you?" She then replies with, "He asked me if I was okay with it, and after I explained how I felt, he told me it was too late to do anything about it because it shipped, and he kept it." Rain then says, "I mean, far be it from me to give you advice. It's your relationship, and the only ones who can decide what is and isn't okay is you two, but that just sounds really sketchy to me. And why did he ask if you're okay with it after he bought it?" Well, all I'm going to say on this is, two wrongs don't make a right. As much as I enjoy the sex thing, it's really not right if you still want to be with him. I would either try to reconcile with him and get what you need out of the relationship and step back from me a bit, or maybe consider taking a break. And I know that last part sounds fucked coming from me, but I swear on my life, I'm not being scummy about it. That's really my opinion. She then replies, "I've just been really stressed about everything, and talking
fuck
to you
me.
makes me feel so much better. I don't want to lose what we have, but I'm such an awful person, I don't deserve it anyway." Rain then says, "I don't believe you're an awful person.
No.
I believe that you're stressed,
he's
you're
like
emotional, and you're
fucking
looking for
just-
something to
he
make it
didn't
better,
even
which happened
jump.
to be me when he wasn't helping. Listen, take a break from what we have just for a little bit and see if you can get something out of him first. You can't really have both of us, plus it wouldn't be
Something
very
out of
fulfilling
him.
for me to just be the
Get
other guy
something
in this
out of him.
scenario
Get
and not
that
get the full
fucking
relationship experience
man
myself.
juice.
You can do it, sweetie. I believe you can, truly." She then says, "I'm so sorry. I don't know what I'd do without you." To which he says, "I'm not saying to stop talking to me completely. I'll still be right there to support you, whichever decision you end up making." And then she says, "I love you so much. I don't know how to thank you." Bro, this is so weird. This is so weird, man.
Again, but
Look, I'm
it's
convinced
fucking
this is some
years
weird,
ago.
like,
We don't need
role-play
this
fantasy
shit.
she has. She knew that Rain felt really weird about this, knowing that she had a boyfriend, so she was making up this story
probably.
to make him feel less guilty about cheating. That's just my theory, right? But I just find her
Probably.
story so unbelievable that it just can't be true. Rain then continues in the document saying, despite what was evidently nothing serious for her and just the means of
Those
keeping herself
VTubers probably
occupied,
are
she
into
felt the need to
roleplay.
keep stringing me along with proclamations of real love, which again, I
Decibel,
was silly
no, I
to
don't
have
want
believed in the
that.
first place, but still. And it's a
Maybe that's
screenshot of her
actually
saying,
okay.
regardless, I'm always going to love you. He then continues in the document, for obvious reasons, I won't share any of the explicit sex thing, not just because of the NSFW nature of it, but also I just don't think it helps. However, note that all this went on for several months and included more than just text, as both the date and the contents of the following screenshots prove. This was in September of 2020, so months since the last DMs we saw, and it features Rain saying, I mean, it looked like something was going down there
Aftershock
either
damage,
way.
holy
And then
yes.
Tashi replies with, it's called fingering, dear. Oh my god. The document then continues. One reason I felt it important to share these details in particular is because I never found out if Red got told about what happened, especially not in full lucidity. The primary reason I've held on to all this for so long was an itching feeling that Redacted never fully knew and that always felt like it would be be unnecessary drama, so I left it alone. But now seems as good a time as
you
any.
screenshotted
Redacted,
this
if you're
and
reading
saved
this,
it
I'm sorry
forever,
for all that
though.
happened back then. I really am. But given the actions you two have taken together regarding other VTubers, I still think you're perfect for each other regardless. The last section of this document is
That's
the
honestly
end.
kind of a
After Cinder
fire.
got done using me for fleeting sexual gratification, our conversation slowed down, exacerbated by the Cinder character coming into fruition and finding immediate success. I had stopped making content for a decent length of time by then, and thus she no longer felt she could ladder climb from me. Here we can see this was a conversation mid-2021 with Tashi saying, hey, what was your exam for? I haven't been on this Discord account super often, so I missed a bit. And Rain said she made a new group chat without me. I kid, but yeah, they were the entrance exams for the uni college. Tashi said, nice, congrats on passing them. I've just been on the VTuber side of things working with commissions and whatnot. And then Rain said, what? And Cinder doesn't want to be my friend? Only Tashi does? To which she replied with, it's just easier not having multiple ongoing conversations. Rain continues in the document saying, until eventually she stopped using that account altogether and committed fully to Cinder, and I never heard from her again, something I was uncannily aware would happen even back then. These are DMs from around the same time in 2021 with Rain saying, I'll message you at this time in 2022 and you won't even remember who I am, to which Tashi said, I'd never forget. Rain then continues the document and says, and that's pretty much it. This isn't meant to be a witch hunt. We all make mistakes, including me as I've shown in this same document, but it felt like a good time to get off my chest things that I've been on it for half a decade now and to finally get some closure,
you just want to throw into the dog pile.
She's an opportunist whenever she can find a way to be, and she does not care what happens to the people she springboards off from. I can only hope she takes this as an opportunity to change and grow as a person, and I'm just going to throw this one in the end because it's kind of funny for me to see in retrospect. Okay, thanks for reading. And it's a message from Tashi in 2020 saying, don't forget about me when you become a big popular YouTuber. You know what? I didn't read this document until I started recording, and yeah, this caught me by surprise. Wow. You know, I wish Rain had shown this a long time ago so people would have known, okay, this person's kind of weird. And maybe Bao and Nano wouldn't have been really backstabbed so goddamn hard. But it does leave a bad taste in my mouth in regards to Rain as well. Releasing this information now does seem opportunistic, because it seems like it's cool to hate on Cinder. In other words, he was backstabbing her the same exact way she was backstabbing others right now. But speaking of backstabbing, we were slowly but surely uncovering the other people that Cinder had backstabbed because documents kept coming out. Spite, another big independent VTuber, posted this on Twitter, quote tweeting Nanolist saying my experience with Cinder and attaching a Google document.
I remember the Spites, the Spite claims for like
one of the two last missing pieces of the puzzle. There are two more VTubers
really,
that were
it was still
by
just,
Cinder that
I mean,
were
the
censored
point
in
is,
Nano's original
Cinder
document.
was
So
fucking
which one is Spite? Well,
paranoid
let's
about
read the
it.
document. It starts off by saying, I want to start by saying, please do not send any hate to anyone involved in this. I only wish to speak about my experiences and give more clarity on those experiences. First and foremost, my love and admiration goes out to Nanolist for having the courage to bring this to light. Artists are the backbone of our community, and taking advantage of her goodwill personality is sad to see. I want to take the time to address what has been brought to light involving myself and what I've experienced over the years that coincide with these events. In this screenshot, the VTuber that is being talked about is very clearly me. Since the beginning of my VTuber journey, it has been written in my backstory and lore that I'm the daughter of Cerberus, and through an unforeseen summoning mishap, the Greek goddess Hecate. As many may know, Cerberus is a species of hellhound, and I've always incorporated the number 3 in my designs to follow the 3 heads of Cerberus in my early design, and when artists were still learning new model/rigging techniques, I had opted for 2 other wolf heads on my shoulders as pauldrons to symbolically represent my 2 other heads. However, the repeated comments of, if you're a Cerberus, where are your other 2 heads, had pushed me to use the broader term hellhound at the time. Fast forward to months to a year into my journey, and I started to receive harassment and berating comments and chat messages on Twitch and YouTube videos comparing me to Cinder and putting me down for being a hellhound. Making the definitive switch to the Cerberus label brought me a sense of relief because the last thing I wanted was to be constantly compared or harassed at this point. I didn't want to be associated with her due to all the negativity that was being thrown my way. Then she links one of the screenshots that were included in Nano's document, in which redacted claims that Spite unfollowed Cinder on Twitter, and this is what she has to say about it. As for the claims of unfollowing her and
how did they know? Okay, so she unfollowed her. Are they saying that her unfollowing her is what caused the hate? So like Red Saw was unfollowed and then sent his goons or whatever. Like I don't understand Spite's interjection here. I don't know what
her ideas, I debuted my 2.0 Live 2D model May 14th, 2022, and on
shit,
that same day, she decided to post her debut announcement for her 1.0 Live 2D model.
Okay.
Leading up to this time, I didn't know who Sinder was at all. I had no idea she had fire in her ears or she was another hellhound. The creator space is broad, and I still stumble across creators larger than myself
when
that I
you
have not
just
heard of
didn't have
before.
a
I never once stole her
actual
ideas.
model
All I
yet,
ever
right?
want is to try to be unique in my own way, so these claims that I was following her and then unfollowing and stealing her ideas are absolutely baseless and uncalled for. This is a screenshot that shows that Spite was doing her 2.0 debut on May 3rd, 2022, and 11 days later, Sinder was barely revealing
11
her
days
first
later
model. She had not even done her debut yet. Spite continues in the document, saying her posting her debut announcement trailer the same day as my 2.0
why are they
debut
following and
seemed
following
off,
even
but I shrugged it
happening?
off as a coincidence because things happen.
It's a
However, this wasn't
coincidence.
the last time something like this had happened. There have been multiple times
It's a
where I have done
coincidence.
something and either the same day or shortly after I was made aware or had discovered later that something similar had been posted, making me feel like I was being watched constantly.
Dude,
I
I'm
tried my
fucking
best to
watching the
believe that it was
thing.
coincidental and not
I keep forgetting I can just listen,
There were many times
bro.
where I designed a new outfit that I was really excited for, but afterwards, Sinder would release outfits or models with similarities to it. I didn't think much of it at first because it is normal to have some similarities or shared inspirations with other creators. The VTuber community is a huge space, and similarities are normal. I'm not speaking to whether my designs were taken as
Similarities are
direct references
normal,
for hers.
but
I'm
if
addressing the need
I
for the
remember,
unprovoked
it's a
tweets
lot
mentioned in the
of
screenshots
them.
above
It's a
and showing that I made the
lot of
statements to make it clear
similarities,
that I was not
bro.
stealing
It's
ideas.
a
How can I copy something
vast
that was
number.
released /teased revealed after my own? On July 20th, 2022, Maui Live, my model Mama, and I worked on a comfy goth girl outfit. I had rips in my shirt, a G-string, shorts, and spiked wrist cuffs. 2 weeks after, Sinder debuted a similar outfit. I included the earliest image that I could find of Sinder with this outfit. I received many negative comments about my design from people assuming that I copied her when I debuted it 2 weeks before hers. I got called off-brand Sinder and just a bunch of horrible things. So these are DMs with her artist
I wish you could
saying,
show.
"Sounds great,
Can
I'm
you
so
show
happy with it." On July 20th,
what these people
2022,
are saying? I
showing
wish
that she was working on this
like again
outfit
when the
way
people are like,
before
I'm
the
getting
tweet that
death
Sinder
threats.
made
Can you
on
just can we see
September
one?
14th,
Just show us
2022, asking,
one.
"What do you think of my new outfit?"
At
That looks
least a
very
couple,
similar.
handful.
Spite then continues in her document saying, "I discovered this
bushel.
merchandise that she used for Uwu Market and had to do a double take because of the gray blue skin tone used in the art. Several people thought it was me, and the similarities for this speak for themselves, I feel." So this is the design itself, and yeah, I mean, they do look pretty damn similar, not gonna lie. She continues, "On April 29th, 2024, I designed a Greek goddess outfit on stream. I am a Cerberus VTuber, so it fits my lore completely. I mentioned that I may or may not get a future Greek goddess outfit because it fits my branding. About 4 months ago, Sinder debuted a Heaven Okami-inspired outfit. It was white and gold, resembling
that's
a
a
Greek
lot.
goddess. In the
That's
background for
that's
debut,
more
she
than
also
like
included
one
Greek
or
columns.
the
At this
fire
point,
on the
I felt like nothing I
ears.
could
That's
come up
like,
with would be even
what
slightly
the
original to me.
hell?
I'm aware that nothing is completely original, but I still wanted my own identity. So here's the outfit that she drew on her stream, and then here is the debut stream with the new outfit that Cinder came up with. She then continues,
Nah,
on
that's
April
not that
20th,
similar, though.
2024, I debuted a
Actually,
new model
now
for
that I
my
look
model
at it.
mama, Ari VT. I got a hoodie
That's
with a
not
cute
that
design on
similar.
top, and I had side bangs covering my eyes. On April 4th, 2025, so a year later, Cinder debuted a sports hoodie with side bangs covering her eyes similar to mine. Is this a coincidence, or is it truly her trying to copy everything she's doing? I don't know. I'll let you decide. She then continues. There are some instances that I didn't have screenshots
but not
of. For example,
like
I remember
super,
posting about my
super
first
similar.
ASMR stream. The day that I was supposed to do said stream, Cinder plugged her ASMR channel. I thought it was a bit suspect, but brushed it off. I don't have any screenshots of the comments and bullying that I received from her.
Wait, Cinder had an
There were
ASMR
too
channel?
many that it became too much to keep
I know
track
she did
of
as
and just started
Tashi.
ignoring them because I never wanted to save images of their words that hurt me. I didn't even want to read the harassing comments. In the
okay,
first
that's
place.
kind
I
of
just wanted to be
weird.
left alone
I mean,
and be
I would
happy
say
in my
I'd
own
put them on
space.
my wall,
I received
man.
a DM on January 25th, 2023.
I'd put 'em on my
I will not
wall.
disclose who the sender was without their consent. The sender expressed to me that they were getting bullied by Cinder and certain members of Cinder's community because she too had fire in her ears. I never responded to the DM because I wanted to stay away from drama as much as possible.
Fire
Here's what the
in
DM
your
said.
ears drama,
"Hey, you popped in
guys.
my
Have you
feed,
seen
and can I
that
just
hot
say I
new
love your
Fire
design?"
in the
I had a
Ears
rather odd
drama?
question, I suppose. Have you had any messages from the VTuber Cinder regarding your design? This may seem out of nowhere, but I'm only asking because I had made an original character like a while back, and I was accused by her and others of stealing her design because my dog girl had flames in the ears, and her fans claimed that was exclusive to her
Please
design. It was this whole big ordeal on Twitter, so I wondered if anything similar had happened to you yet. I would like to
Wait,
clarify.
why would the fans
myself,
be
myself,
like,
I'm not
this is
saying
an
your design looks
exclusive
like hers.
part
I
of
was scrolling,
her.
Sorry, totally awesome design. When I
I
saw
don't
the flames
know.
near slash
Maybe
in the
I mean, the
ears, I
Pyro
had
Pups did
flashbacks. I
admit
thought to
that it
myself,
was
oh,
like,
no. So I guess this is
it
just
was
my
fucking
curiosity getting the
mythic
best of me.
behind the
Spike
whole
continues in the
thing.
document
So
saying, I'm just
I
very
don't
saddened and
know.
disappointed
Maybe
in
they're
this situation.
crazy.
I had my suspicions about this, but I've never wanted to be
Maybe
a part of
they're
drama,
that
so I kept
crazy.
quiet. I've also
Let's
seen
see,
what happens
where's
when a creator
my-
stands up for themselves and receives
Where's
major
Alice?
backlash, even if they're in the right. So
No,
I've never
I already
vocalized
have
my
a
concerns.
one.
I've always
Well, at least
designed
now I
my
have a
own
non-like
models. I've gotten
proficient
inspiration
one.
from Cerberus with the chains and spikes, Disney's Hades, and
Damn,
because I
it's
call
so hard to
myself
get
Goth
diss
Girlfriend, I was
drives for
inspired
this
by Sam and
bitch.
Ember from Danny Phantom, plus many other of our goth crushes that we've had growing up. I just
got
focused on myself and
I got
my friends.
negative
Meanwhile, I had eyes on
resources,
me the
yo.
whole time. Knowing that I was being watched and talked poorly about really hurts, especially when they never attempted to interact
I got
with me. I did my
negative
best to go through and find what I
resources.
could and get appropriate screenshots. It's crazy because I didn't know who Sinder was until she debuted her Life 2D. I just wanted to exist peacefully as a VTuber and spend my time drama-free. I woke up this morning in shock. It's terrifying and hurtful to know that someone could attempt to blacklist me when I've never even spoken to them. I hope going
There's nothing
forward
really I
that no
can
one else has
do
to
to
experience
get
anything
more
like this.
shit
Thank you guys for being
either.
supportive towards me. I love this community so much. Please go and give
Damn.
love and support to all those who have unfortunately been involved in this situation. Please support Nanolist, who was very brave enough to speak up, and the VTubers who were
fucking
affected.
pulled out.
Please
I guess
support
I
my
can get
first model mama, the
money.
wonderful Maui Live, and also my most recent model mama, the wholesome
Don't wanna
REVT.
do- I
Thank you for
definitely
taking
wanna
the
do
time to
this.
read this. So as I said in the beginning of this document, this was one of the last two remaining pieces of the puzzle. Who was this Cerberus that they were so obsessed with? A VTuber they never even bothered interacting with, who had this design even before Sinder,
get a
and yet
big
they were
chunk.
completely
I'm gonna be
and
rolling on
utterly
the other
obsessed with her in such a
girls,
weird and unhealthy
too.
way. Honestly, Spite should get a restraining order.
Might as
Let's be
well.
real here. But here's the thing.
No,
What about the last missing piece
Mujin,
of
you
the
ain't
puzzle? The one who was
showy.
called
Mujin,
VTuber 1
stop
in
being
Nano's
showy.
document. Well, this is one of the most screwed up cases of this entire incident, and we're about to find out why. So, you no doubt remember the screenshot in which Redacted was trying to blacklist Bao, Cotton, and a third VTuber
Trying
from
to.
ever
He
being
was
able
just
to commission Nano
organizing,
again. Well,
or
we
I mean,
now
he was
know
just
that
trying to
this
set the
third VTuber
exclusivity
is
deal.
none other than Silvervale, yet another very big independent VTuber. Many
Do I
hours after
want-
the initial
oh my
statement from
God,
Nano,
I can't
she
tell if I
quote-tweeted
want
Nano's tweet
fucking
and said,
Alice's
"My statement on
W
Sinder
engine
and Redacted, linking yet
or not."
another Google Doc." It starts off with a section titled Introduction. I shouldn't have to say this, but me putting out this statement is not a call for or an excuse for anyone to turn the situation into a witch hunt. My intention for making a statement is strictly to give myself closure from the events of the past years and clarify how I have been personally affected. I debated if I wanted to even say anything after being asked if I wanted my name in the original document censored, as the situation is much bigger than just my personal experience. However, after finding out how wide and extensive the transgressions were, I feel the need to give clarity to my situation and how I was personally affected. I want to note, as others have, that though a majority of the messages are from Redacted, who is Cinder's manager, I find it impossible that he acted solely on his own intentions without Cinder's knowledge or consent, given the extent to which he has represented her publicly and professionally. The next section is titled Nano and VTuber 1, in which we see many messages that were already included in Nano's document, where Redacted was trying to convince Nano to go exclusive and not work with specific VTubers. As you can see, this is the message where he says you don't work with Bao, Cotton, or Silver at all again, models or art. And then Nanolist says, is there any way to add a little bit more since Silver still asks for art every now and then? To which Redacted says, we could do it like when Silver asks for art, you tell her no, and then tell us to buy another art piece, like so you still get a job from it. So they wanted to blacklist Silver so hard that if Silver were to ask for any commissions, Redacted and Cinder were willing to pay money to Nano so that she doesn't take the job. We also
that's
get more
just
clarity, right? The
their
model
fucked
that
up,
Redacted was
stupid
talking
way of
about
doing
was
the
Silver's
exclusivity
model.
deal.
The
That's just
DMs
them
between
fucking
Nano
it
and
up.
Cinder also reveal to us much
They don't
more
know
now
how to
that
do it.
Silver's name has been uncensored. Here we can see Nano saying, just wanted to let you know, I still
Lava,
love
lava,
working with you in Red, but I'll
da,
understand if things don't work out because of Silver. I just love my clients, that's all. That was in February 2025, barely 2 months ago. So this person that Cinder was saying, I just get compared to her a lot even still today, was Silver. And Silver had no idea this was
Oh
happening
shit, they
behind
just
her back.
50 minutes
Silver
ago
then
released the
continues in her
Angels of
document saying,
Delusion.
I am VTuber1 in the screenshots provided by Nano in her document. I've been a friend and
Thing.
client of Nano for years, and seeing how she was manipulated and abused by Cinder and Red makes me livid. She's an absolute sweetheart and just wants her clients to be happy. It breaks my heart to see how she was treated like a tool and a resource to be used for growth rather than a talented living person and gaslit into somehow believing that how she was being treated was okay. I am so proud of Nano for having the courage to come forward to the affected people with all of this and to let everyone know how they were being unknowingly sabotaged.
Let's take a break. Let's take a break. Oh no, what's up? Now, is this just a song or is this like a music video? It's like a music video. Alright, this literally just came out as I was streaming. This literally just came out. This is the cool fucking like, not vaporwave, but oh, it's Vocaloid, dude, it fits. How did I plan? How did I do this? Oh, it's Scott Pilgrim-y. That's what I'm thinking of, kind of. Okay, this is fire. This is fire. Oh, it's kind of Internet Angel too. I know for sure I want Suna for my team. The others, I don't know. Dude, the animation is slick. Ooh, interesting. Oh, it's Vocaloid because she's the robot form. Well, it's just kind of eerie.
Finally, we made it!
So far.
Dude, who'd they get to do this animation? This is crazy. So did they explain why she's a robot sometimes? Oh, this is slick. Oh, wait, is there? I can't believe you survived this long. Oh shit, there's lore, Lore.
I finally got all the moves right!
Oh, maybe not.
I can't believe this camera survived for this long. Huh? Didn't you say last time it was cheap secondhand? Maybe. Its durability is the reason it survived long enough to become secondhand. That makes sense.
Wow, I got to hear their voices for the first time. Oh my god. No, BB, no money. They're bullying the devs. Just filled my knees in random play. Alright, well, back to the stuff. Sorry.
I've spoken to her privately and want to be clear that I have no ill will or hard
Just
feelings
had to
towards Nano for
listen to that
involvement in
as
this. I urge
This is
people
pretty
reading this to
good,
try and
pretty good.
understand the
Good
emotional
shit.
manipulation on display and empathize with her situation. There is a lot I could say about how disgusting I find their behavior towards other creators in general, but I want to focus on my personal experiences. The next section gets real, and it's titled Cinder and I, and this is where she goes into the very weird relationship she had with Cinder and really revealed the depth of the backstabbing. She starts off by saying, discovering that all of this was going on behind the scenes has been gut-wrenching.
Oh
I didn't know
shit, I
Cinder, we
played
weren't
it on
friends,
stream.
and we
I'm not gonna
barely
get ads
talked.
anyway.
Even writing this, I do not
I
understand
don't
what I could have possibly
care.
done to warrant the level of
I
malice
don't
and cruelty
care.
shown. In our private interactions, I was as cordial as possible, but I just wasn't interested in associating with her professionally or being her friend. From the few uncomfortable interactions I did have with her, I had gotten the vibe that her primary goal was to climb the social and content ladder and grow her brand. I am fully
I'm like, how
aware
far through are we to this? Oh, I'm kind of fucking tuning this shit out. I'm gonna believe. I'll be honest. I'll be honest. How long I've been streaming? I think it's a long time. Yeah, like 3 hours. Yeah, I think we'll call it there. I'll figure out something else to stream about or continue the Cinder stuff. May formulate things in a better form than just me ranting. All right. Good night, internet. Yeah, you have a good one. Oh, boom. And you know what? I don't even care. We're going out to Angels of the Delusion. They can double hit me. All I care.
Look, I'm a joke that